Hey everyone, so great to see you. I'm so glad to have you here today. We decided to play a little bit of music for the fun and spoopy month we just came out of. And we're just here tonight to have some fun and get back on track and tell a few great stories to some great friends. I want to do some quick introductions to all these amazing people that I feel like I have missed, even though it has been a week. So starting off first, Mr. Michael Powell, tell everyone here, these amazing legenders that are with us today, tell them all who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, I'm Michael Powell, and I play the fabulous Rufa, and my pronouns are he, him, and they and them.
All right. And next up, Sidney, please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Oh, hi. My name is Sidney. I will be playing Ilona, the half-elf cloistered cleric. It feels so good to say that. I've missed her so much. And my pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. And Ian, tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hey guys, my name's Ian. I play Woodwort, the gnomic druid, and our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Very, very nice. Kylie, please tell everyone who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or Kai. At this point, it doesn't really matter. They're both the same. I play Shionabis, the Elven Ranger, and we go by she, her.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Sam, tell them who you are playing, because it's been so long since we last got to see them, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I am Sam, and this will be the second game of Ichipopton Papakui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. Yes, I used all the Scrabble letters. And our pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. Possum. My name is PJ Megaw. I am the GM for Edge of Legends here at Nat 20 Productions. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone in between. So if you are new to the show, or if you didn't see the recap or whatever, we've been gone for about a month doing a series of Halloween one-shots set in the world of Daltonshire. I feel terrible for saying it. Daltonshire. One whole month of madness and death and craziness and spoopiness and insanity gods. It was a whole time, and if you haven't seen those and you want to see them, Azamat, bless your soul, go to YouTube, look up Edge of Legend, and go find Nightmare of Daltonshire. It is something else. But now we're back to Edge of Legend Regular. Now, where we are is currently in the city of Mithun, one of the many cities or city-states that exist within the Adolfon Empire, a nation that prides itself on diplomacy, sophism, and, of course, academia. However, we are here at a very interesting and tumultuous time as war is spreading quickly, and the Greens that have now rallied together, the orcs and the goblins and the hobgoblins and other things yet to be known, have decided to declare war on the entire world. And it is these lucky few who are chosen to be the tip of the spear to stop what could be absolute destruction. Now, in the city of Mithun, things are going well. They meet this wonderful dwarven luchador from South Azmakan, and as they start to get to know each other and get acquainted with one another, then a giant roaming band of orcs attack the city. And before we break right into it, I would like to put out there for everyone, welcome back to Edge of Legend again. Here at Edge of Legends, we like to have a little bit of a vote for all the people out there that are fans of the show. We have another show called At the Table on Tuesdays. And at the table, we build stuff with you guys. We talk about books, the really cool stuff. And we say, hey, what about making a character? Well, we have a fun little voting competition that we can do right now. If you scroll down, you'll see right there is a little voting thing I put up there. At least I thought I did. If I mess it up again, oops. Yeah, apparently I messed it up again. Wow, I'm terrible at this. But we're supposed to be voting on which of these 5 NPCs we made at the table that will become a real character in Edge of Legends, a real NPC in Edge of Legends. And I will go back and figure out what I did wrong and fixed it.
Where the poll is made up and the votes don't matter.
Apparently.
Edge of Legend.
Yeah, Edge of Legend. Where PJ does his best and it still falls apart in his hands.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that guy. Damn it.
Don't-
It's so weird because I know I deleted this old one. Where's the bloody new one? Anyway. So if it doesn't happen tonight, don't worry. We'll be doing it next week. Anyway, that being said, apparently it's not going to happen tonight. Thank you, Twitch.
We can fix it during break.
Yeah, during break, I'll make it quick, and then we'll take a break around 9:30, 9:45 Eastern Pacific Standard Time, and I'll fix everything then. Why am I the worst? So, without further ado, let's get started back into these amazing heroes stuck in a war zone in Methune. And where we last left off, you had just fought your first wave of Red Rock tribe orcs, pounding the city with throwing axes, aerial attacks, griffins dive bombing from the skies, and a front line of orcish warriors just basically fighting you back with these axes and striking you away. You finally turn the corner in this metropolis that is Methune, and as you do, you see this giant griffin struck from the sky, crashing into the ground, and riding this giant griffin like a surfboard or a sled as it just coasts down the breeze like as a dead corpse would. You see this warrior basically unsheath her sword from the skull of the griffin, wick the blood off of it. Standing triumphantly on this griffin with a bunch of dead orcs around her is a warrior of Tezuku, a champion of her people and a warrior for right. And she smiles as she kind of like whips her long braided ponytail back around her head and goes, whew. And in this thick and very well-metered, husky and brave accent from Tezuka, she says, I will not be doing the accent, she says, well met. So, is this a private game or can anyone play?
Rufa is kind of just dusting off his coat, going, darn, this stain's never gonna. Yes. We invite all players, any time of day. So, well met.
Huh. All types of players, all times of day. That 1 second, I don't have all kind of day. She turns around. You see the woman who was announcing the battle royale that happened previously when you met La Pacifica Dorita, and she basically beat 13 people. The woman in the very nice dress who was commanding the audience with the color commentary. This woman grabs this woman, turns her around, strikes an orc, kisses the lady as she dips her, and then twirls her back and gives us kind of look. And then she looks back to everyone else saying, I'm so sorry. There was a very beautiful woman who is in danger. I clearly had to do something. What did I miss? All players. Yes. So, all players, can you make a front line? Yes, Sidney.
I'm going to be like, yes, please help. Points to Morel. He's the front line.
You turn and see this like 6 foot, like 3 jacked Acadian who's just kind of like, hi, I'm the front line, ma'am. And she's like, yes, you are the front line, soldier. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You are going to be a good little boy, get those knees to the chest and run in that direction to the east. Can you do that? And Morel just kind of goes, he kind of looks at all of you like, do I go?
Go play. Go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Go
play.
play.
This is war. We're playing. All right.
Morel, get going.
All right. I am to the line. And you see Morel just like running like in his old soldier days, knee to chest, arms pumping, and he just books it.
See if you can get any club soda. I got a stain here.
Morel's like, sorry, mate, can't hear you. Club what? It's war. I'm sorry. So Morel is gone. He vanishes in the fury of combat, but you can hear the cling and clamoring of metal. You can hear the shouts and the war cries. You can hear a lot of orcs drawing weapons and just shouting, "Thok for thok," as they declare blood for blood. And then you hear this other kind of tough and unimpressed female voice going, yeah, I heard it a million times. And crang, as this orc body flips and two female half-orcs join Morel and create a line towards the east. You now have two female half-orcs who are forming their own little line. Morel, who slams that giant shield of Afra right next to Antigone, making a shield wall, a small two-person shield wall. And then off in the distance, you hear perhaps the loudest voice you have ever heard shouting and echoing as it says, I am La Rana de Hierro. I am the proud leap of justice. I am the hero that bounces back from every defeat. I am the unstoppable frog of iron. And you see this little dwarf who has this kind of domed steel helmet with these big frog eyes on the top, riveted to this kind of like leather and steel body harness and like onesie and boots of metal. He's literally just bouncing his head into random orcs. The East is pretty much covered at this point as these heroes are doing their best to stop this. What you can see is this hazy event horizon of red rock orcs coming, throwing axes and beating and bashing steel into strangers. And you see this griffin just taking massive circles way off in the distance. The woman from Tezuku turns to you and she says, sorry, sometimes the lady has to take control. My name is Ilanu Obinrin. I am a champion of Isis and Bastet and Sekhmet, and of course I am a member of the Order of the Platinum Hammer. I'm supposed to be here on vacation, but it looks like my job just always follows me around. Who are you? What are you doing here? And how can I save you today?
Shionabis's first response is just, damn.
Ichi will have her maul, and she was, just kicking ass recently, but then she'll see this lady who obviously has got it going on arrive. So she'll just be like, oh, hi. You're really pretty.
Is everyone gay?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
A little bit to a lot of it. It's a spectrum of
Amazing.
how gay you are.
Incredible. I love it.
So you wanted to tell me where to go? She like lifts her maul a little bit, is just like strikes a pose, like right over here. Over there.
You know what? Give me just for giggles. Give me a basic charisma check. So a D20 plus your charisma modifier. Now, if you want to really kind of like hype yourself up, you can give me a diplomacy check or a performance check, either one, to kind of really like, hey.
Ooh. We'll do a performance check. How's that?
All right.
Alrighty. All right, let's see what we got going on there. That is a 16.
16. Okay. So you roll a 16, and Ialenu kind of looks you up and down, and she says, you know what? You are a very strong and powerful woman, and your height is the perfect size to bust kneecaps. I like you. I have a lot of use for a woman who is the perfect... What's your name again?
Well, my friends call me Ichi Pokton. You can call me Ichi.
Oh, I can. Well, I'll say this. And then she kind of takes a knee and offers a hand and like does the whole like graceful bend back, and she says, Miss Pachsan, I apologize if I'm butchering that. Tezuku and Azma Khan, they get along very, very well. But for right now, I need you and I to get along on that side. Can I trust you to take my front while I take your back?
Oh, you got it.
Thank you so much. She turns into the amazing elven archer of Nubia. She just gives a simple, I like your hair. And then she just starts booking it behind La Pacificadorita. Everyone else is left with no instructions in the middle of a war zone. Yes, Ian.
My name's Woodward. And this here is... And just points down at Mush as she just bolts out into the crowd.
You hear in the distance, yes, little man and cute squirrel. I will see you on the line. And she just books to the west.
Yeah, close enough.
Rufa's still just kind of fidgeting with the stain on his coat.
What just happened?
I think that's called seduction. I read about it in a book. Can I do a perception check, please?
Yes, please and thank you.
Cool.
Oh my god.
That's a 21. I would like to please look around to see if there's anyone nearby that looks like they're leading this militia attack.
Okay.
Really quick. Rufa's going to turn over to Woodward and kind of just whisper, "Methinks this is what the youngins call thirst."
So Sidney, you look around for any sense of leadership in this position. 21, correct?
Yes.
As you look around, you realize, trying to think. Let me ask you, Sidney. At the temple when she was raised, of course, with the knowledge of all the gods, clearly choosing the one that was perfect for her. How much of Koga's Book of War did she study?
I'm going to say that Alona takes every god seriously, so she does her due diligence to make sure that she is aware. I can't say she enjoyed the experience of reading Koga's book, but she definitely took pieces of it that she thought was important, if that makes any sense.
Sure. So you can kind of piece together, there's no leadership here. This is, for what you can remember from your readings in the temple about Koga's book on strategy, war, power, infrastructure, respect, all these things that Koga really tried to put into the world. This is chaos. These are skirmishers. This is just random assortment of very powerful, well-trained, and dedicated soldiers throwing their bodies everywhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
No. Michael.
Yes. Really quick. Is there like a roof that Rufa could get on top of really quick, or anything like that?
A rooftop.
Or somewhere that's at least elevated where he could see above the heads of most folks.
I will say this. I'll give this to you because you've been in these buildings. You've been in the city for at least a few hours. Every building in Methuen is a very large and impressive building. I think the smallest building here is only 3 stories tall. So for you to climb a building, probably the closest one would be about 6 stories tall. It would take you a long time to climb up that building.
Okay. What about a wagon or even a stool? Like something that just a little height so he can actually see above people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the city streets, you unfortunately don't see anything like that. However, if you want to go into a building, run up to a second story or so, you can, or you can just kind of like do a perception check. I think a perception check, you'll be okay with the perception
basically, what I want to do is pursue a lead with my one open investigation that's always open, and basically survey the battlefield and see any weaknesses in the enemy's strategy, that kind of stuff.
All right. Do you have lore military?
No, but I do have, like I said, pursue a lead.
Yeah, they'll give you a bonus. Give me a lore military. And you won't have the bonus, the benefit for being trained in it, but you will still have the bonus because this is your lead, which is the Green War.
Okay. Do I add a raw intelligence modifier?
Yes, it would be raw. Just a good old fashioned, not cooked, mix with some rice, put in some like avocado and mayonnaise, just a raw California roll.
All right, 18.
Now I'm hungry. 18. Okay. As you look around, you realize there is no weakness because there's zero structure. It's just like 20, 30, 50, 90, 100 orcs just spewing forth into the city, bashing and striking. If you were to look at this with the mind of a tactician and warlord, you would know that because they have no formation, they have no unity. However, these orcs, while chaotic and spewing forth and having no infrastructure whatsoever, you can tell they've been doing these random skirmishes their entire life. And even though it is chaotic, every orc to a man is doing their job, trusting that the other orc is doing their job next to them, as chaotic as it is. Basically, to fight them is to fight an army one man at a time.
Rufa just kind of like stroking his chin, just This is just plain chaos. Looks like we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and get our hands dirty and such. So let's well, he looks up at the party. Well, looks like we're gonna have to rally the troops.
Shionobis immediately is gonna dock her arrow, and then just as precautionary.
Yep. Yeah. If this episode's gonna be about combat, then this episode's gonna be about combat. I really don't see any other way around it. So Ilona is also gonna get her hand ready to cast Forbidding Ward on the first person who strikes.
Rufa
I guess we gotta roll initiative to find out.
looks at it, everybody goes. Suggestions? My suggestion is high ground. Always take the high ground, especially if you're archer.
Don't die.
I want to cut really
that's all I
fast.
got.
I want to cut really fast to La Pacifica Dorita. Pacifica Dorita, you and Iyalenu Obinren, man, I'm giving my tongue some exercise this evening. You guys run a bit, and the first contact you make with orcs, you guys make a front line. The minute you get there, the minute your hammer starts like hefting back for a swing, you see Iyalenu pull from her hip this sword. It's this golden sword, this cool kind of like hook. And then she flips it around, and the blade shrinks into the handle, pops out the other end as a spear. And she makes this kind of entrenched position with a shield in front of her, and she starts shouting this kind of like battle cry / battle hymn into Zuku. And as she does, on her shield, you start seeing what looks like 3 women holding hands start to glow as they kind of on the shield face the enemy. You see a woman that looks like a cat, a woman that looks like a scorpion, and a woman that is holding both their hands like a mother holds her daughter's hands. And she just like Black Panther ready for Thanos. She is just all fury and indomitable might. You get a +4 to your saves while you're near her.
What? Wonderful.
And now everyone give me initiative as we are starting this day off with some good old-fashioned slashy.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me just
22.
blow off this character sheet.
Before we get into the combat, could Rufa say one thing?
Sure.
Okay, Rufa is going to basically battlefield tactics. Main ideas. Ilona and I should support the front line. Archers support us with Woodwood. If you could do some ground control, basically Cobbledale folks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about it, but I feel like the ladies who ran off kind of got things under control here. I'm wondering if our entire job's just to support them.
Yeah, kind of. At this point, my initiative was a 25.
Thank you so much. All right. So Sydney starting things off with a 25. Let's see here. Sam, what is your initiative? Since you are right there.
14.
14. Kylie, what is your initiative?
22.
Double deuce. All right. And Michael, what is your initiative?
26.
Not bad. And Ian, what is your initiative?
I got a 12.
A
With the
12.
Flex Woodward's stance on this fight.
Just kind of sitting there going, I mean, I guess I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, they got it. I mean,
All right. Wow. She rolled bad and
Y'all-
still got a 15.
y'all
Okay.
seem real excited about this, so I'm gonna let you go do your thing.
Just here
right.
for emotional and moral support.
Mhm. I'm your emotional support gnome. I am here to.
I've got the paperwork.
That is, oh my
Does,
god, that is
does.
so true. He has an actual certificate that says he is a legally binding emotional support gnome. I forgot about that.
Facts.
Oh man. Okay, so and with that, combat starts. At the top of the round, we have Michael. You see way at the front. I'm gonna say about 45 feet away from you. You have Iyalanu Obinrin, and La Pacifica Dorita have made this front line, and there is this massive orc army just charging at them. What do you do?
How many in the army?
From where you're looking at, give me a perception check as an action. Once you're sizing them up.
Okay. So would this also combine with I devise a stratagem thing then?
Um. Yeah.
Okay. $22.
22. Okay. So you can tell that facing in front of you is about 50 orcs. And you can tell, just like the other side, same thing. These are powerful skirmishers. These are well-trained, well-familiar orcs of the Red Rock tribe. And while they may look chaotic and spilled out all over the place, taking that for granted is going to be a misstep. But you know that if you can contain them and kill them, you may be able to overwhelm their experience with sheer tactics. I was going to say tactility. That's not a word.
Yeah. Environmental wise, is there like anything that could create a large fire or like hang, log or something like that that Rufa could kind of use to kind of create kind of a corral, or at least kind of create kind of a blockade or anything like that?
So this is a different question. Give me another perception check.
Okay.
This will take another action.
All right.
Okay.
$21.
21. You happen to notice, due to the constant aerial bombardments of the Griffins, that there's been a lot of damage to the city architecture. There is, by the front line, that La Pacifica Dorita and Iyalenu Obinrin have made, there is some buildings where the ceiling or the roof has been damaged by a bunch of axe throws and dive bombs. If you can get on that building and push with a lot of strength, probably more strength than you have in your body, you can collapse a ceiling from a building and onto a massive majority of the orcs below.
Okay. Rufa's going to actually turn to, basically with my action, Rufa's going to turn over to Woodward and kind of like motion to that and kind of do a kind of like a follow me type of motion and start going there.
All right, so you're going to use your move to go. Woodward, on your turn, it's your choice to follow or not. Sidney. What do you do?
Ooh, I'm going to use my action to cast Forbidding Ward on Shionibus. Protect an ally against one specific enemy, and one stat to AC and saving throws against that enemy. So basically, the first orc that attacks her, she's stat bonus against them.
Okay. Remind me again who you put the bonus onto?
Shionibus.
Shionibus. Awesome.
You said it's a +1, right?
Yarp.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
bulk you up.
You have put that sweet buff on our great auntie Bo Queen. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
The rest of my turn, I'm going to cast Guidance on Woodwort. Just gonna boop him on the head. Be like, I don't know where you're going, but you might need this +1. Boop.
All right.
'Cause that's a 1, and Forbidding Ward's a 2 action. So that's all my actions. I'm just gonna buff. Just like, okay, here we go. Take. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
You're gonna hear a point for knowing that song because I
Thank
love that
you.
song. So you
Yay.
get that. All right. So next out the gate, Kylie, you get that +1 bonus. You have a front line, a bunch of orcs shouting battle cries and swears in Orcish. You see Rufa start to dash off like he's got a plan. You've been buffed. What do you do?
Is there a rooftop opposite of or near where Rufa was, or even just around that's not the same one as Rufa's, that isn't damaged and she wouldn't fall through if she stands up on?
The nearest building to you is yes. However, it is still I think I established it was a 5 to 6 story building, so it would be quite a hike to get up there.
All right.
Jonas has never had problems with heights before. What could
Yeah.
go wrong?
Going
thought you
up,
were just-
no.
Go wrong.
I thought you were just being super salty. Is there another rooftop that Roof is not on? It's like, wow. Jeez.
No. She's not. I mean, she is salty, but she's. No, I can't say she's not that salty because she is that salty. All right. Let's. Is there an alleyway over by the front line where she can get somewhat of cover?
Yeah. Actually, by the building in question that Rufa is running in the direction of, you know that if you can pin yourself to either the building across the street, you will have at least some form of cover because of the line that Ichi and Ielenu have created.
Sweet. We're gonna go there. So she's gonna book it over there,
All right.
and then fire at the closest orc that isn't already being attacked.
All right. Movement. Great. Roll to hit. Are you doing anything? Any hunting prey? Any other bonus abilities?
Oh, yes. Let's forget whole month off and I forget all the things I get to do.
It's
We're
okay,
going
I'm here
to
to help.
Marcus Prey.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that for right now.
Okay.
And then yeah, we're just gonna Marcus Prey. How far away is he?
The nearest orc. Are you going to the one across the street or on the same side as the line that the two women have made?
Across the street.
Okay. All right, do math. That'll be 50 feet.
Sweet, we're going to no, we're just gonna do Hunter Spray. We'll save the other ones for in a minute. Can't do everything at once. Ooh, that's not good. That's a 13 to hit. 14 to hit, sorry.
14 to hit. Okay, let me check my notes on the orcs and their AC. That'll miss. As you fire over the shoulder of Ielenu, it kind of hits her pauldron and cling and goes a little wide. She kind of looks over her shoulder and she just kind of goes, "Quit looking at my butt." And she goes back to the fight.
Forget it. She's gonna fire again.
Go ahead. As you fire, you hear her go, "I was kidding."
She's like, I'm not. She's like, nope. Get it. Are you kidding me? This is not good today. Oh, scratch that. That's a 17 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Roll damage.
2.
Is that 2 on the die face?
That's a 1 on the die phase.
So
Plus
you...
the bonus from Sidney.
Oh boy. So there's this orc that Ielenu is basically holding off with her shield arm, and she's got her spear kind of tucked at the ready. And as he's there, you see him kind of like wick his head back, and he's just like, as it just kind of grazed the side of his head.
Yes, I think that's my last action. So that's it.
Okay, so you've made very mad the orc that is on the front line with Ielenu and Ichipon. I'm sorry, La Pacifica Dorita. You gotta call a luchador by their ring name.
You can just call her Ichi. You have so many words to say, PJ.
Look, if I wasn't up to the task of trying, I wouldn't have created a world where every language, as beautiful as it was put out there. So I'm gonna suffer in the attempt. Gosh darn it. Let's see here. Next up is Ielenu gets to go. So Ielenu raises her sword. I'm sorry, her spear. And oh yeah, she crits.
Yeah.
What a showstopper.
You made a badass character, PJ. I
Yeah,
don't know
I
what you
think-
wanted out of this.
I think Ichi may also be able to confirm another crit.
Yup.
Right from her showing up.
I just crit in my pants. Nope. So you see Ielenu take her spear back, and you see this amazing golden energy start to glow, and you see these rivers kind of running forth from her weapon, as at the end of her spear, this kind of spiritual ghost of a scorpion tail kind of curves around the back and starts to shake, and she stabs this orc with all of her might. And as she does, the orc literally just stops, and you can see light kind of beaming out of his chest, and he drops as this giant sizzling hole in his chest has been bored through him. From there, as she stabs him, she takes the spear in an overhand grip and just goes for the next guy. So she does it a third time.
Oh.
She crits again. Okay. Sure, why not? She crits a second time. You know what? I'm just gonna roll it. Okay, so she... Hold on, I think I did the math wrong on that one. Okay, so she crits twice in a row. She does the same thing with that spear, with the overhand grip. She stabs this one orc in the gut, and same thing, he just kind of like curls into his stomach as you see like light on his face start to like breach and crack his skin, and he just kind of drops to the ground. The last one, she pulls it out of his gut, turns around, goes for a quick little head strike to one of them that tries to break her front line. She misses, but as he ducks, she leaves the spear there, putting him on notice, and she wags a finger at him going, no. And she kills 2 orcs with her turn. Okay, that's Ielenu's turn. She is done. Next up is Sam. So Ielenu next to you is just basically smote. She has smote 2 orcs and put 1 orc on notice. What do
Yeah.
you do?
Because I'm the one that's smitten. So they're the ones that smote.
I see what you did there. Hero point.
Ooh, yes. So Ichi's standing there and she's like sizing up one of the orcs and is like, like twitches to make a move, but then Ilona kills it, and then she kind of like moves to the next one, and then she kills that one too. So she's just like, okay. She just looks for whatever orc she's pointing at next. It's like, all right, here I go. Gonna make a maul attack.
All right, roll to hit that orc.
All right. Ooh, let's see. Math. Oh, haven't pulled my calculator up tonight. That's a big no-no for someone who can't do math. That's a 22 to hit.
That will hit. Soundly. Roll damage.
Wonderful.
You got to show off now. She's watching.
Yes. she's watching.
She's right next to you.
Gotta hit it
No
good.
pressure.
Oh,
That-
Phrasing.
That is. Oh no. So that'll 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. Not bad. So the one she's pointing to, like, no, you don't go anywhere on me. You come out of nowhere and you, looking at my math correct there, you come up, crack, and you hit this guy in the hip, and you can almost see his legs shoot out from underneath him. You can immediately see a big purple bruise in his, shall we say, flank, and he is not doing well. He cannot actually put that leg back on the ground. You have 2 more actions, I believe.
I'm just gonna take that. What's the penalty again for another?
-5 to hit the second time, and -10 on the third.
All right, we're gonna take that -5 and go for it again.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's not gonna do it because that was a 1 on the die face.
Damn.
She swings and then she's like, oh, she's pretty. And then
roll damage.
oh.
DJ.
DJ, don't hurt my girlfriend.
Oh my god, no.
Oh no. Oh wait, that's a 1.
Jay?
No, thank God. That's a
haven't
5. That's 5 total.
5 total? Okay. Well, Kylie, you haven't asked her out yet. So you swing, you kind of pull your hammer back to your hip, and you swing again. And you try to do this wide kind of baseball swing. And as you do, you miss the orc. You're pulling a little too tight. And you hear this clang as your hammer slams right into the shield of Igalenu. She takes her spear by the scorpion tail and just gently pushes your hammer down. And she says, I know you know this. So pardon me if I do my job.
Ooh.
Breathe, move through with your hips. You have great hips. You can do this. But I need you to aim your hips that way. There you go. Remember, your back legs where the power comes from, your shoulders the momentum. You're just like all the new recruits I train at home, but you're a lot funnier. I like you. And she gets back in her fighting stance. Okay, so you have 1 more action technically if you want to take it.
I think I will. She's a little embarrassed, so I think she might just take a defensive position.
Okay, defensive position. All right, so you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna guard the half to keep the hammer high for a counterattack, and you start blocking. Add the bonus, I believe. That's a +1 to your AC. All right, so defensive position. If you know better than I do, please make sure you have that noted down. Next up, Ian. Woodward has seen all of this. You have Rufo running off to the other building. What do you do?
Woodward's kind of torn in between the 2 directions, but then he sees honest and genuine badassery happening over there, and he's not quite sure he can keep up. So the building sounds great.
All right.
And he uses his actions to run towards the building to catch up with Rufa. Maybe he has another spectacular plan.
Okay. So I will say that you and Rufa get to the building. Your speed's what, a 20 or a 25?
This is why I played short characters the entire way through Daltonshire. It's a 25.
A 25.
So I wouldn't mess it up.
Wisdom. So you're able to get there. You're basically, with your first action, you're right there with Rufa. You're about the same area. If you want to move all the way to the building so that on Rufa's turn, you can move together, you can. You basically run right there, you're fine.
Yeah, I'll use all the turn. Well, I'll use 2 of my turns to get as far as I can. I technically need to use 1 action to tell Mush to come with me.
Okay.
So Mush is going to come up with me for the 50 feet I can travel using 2 of my actions, the third to tell him to follow.
All right. So you run, and as you do, you see Mush kind of on all fours. He looks at you, kind of leans up on his haunches, scratching his kind of belly.
No, but I know you made new friends. Come on. They're going to be fine. They're doing just fine.
And then he just
trying to coax him.
And he just starts running over to you. And Woodward gets there, or Mush gets there, no problem. So now it's Woodward, Mush the Badger, and Rufa. by the 3-story building with the collapsing roof. You have the front line being made, and across the street you have a sniper. Let's see here. Bottom of the round, the orcs are going to go. So, obviously, a few of the orcs have been absolutely melted by a combination of attacks. One of them, who is mad at the elven sniper, you see him with one axe, kind of hefts it up, so he's grabbing it by the weighted base. He jumps up and throws it. It kind of is like a crazy lob shot, but he's throwing it to hit Shionibus.
Saving throws +1.
God bless,
So-
my reflex is pretty high.
So, Shionibus, what's your AC? Does a 14, let me rephrase this. Does a 14 hit your AC?
No, it does not.
So he jumps up, throws it, he hears whoop, 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 and it kind of has this kind of like wobbling effect. And it sinks into the stone next to you. And you can see the stone building next to you starting to crack as the axe head embeds in the building. And then you hear a roar as he now turns his attention over to Sam's character. Oof. Okay. Now he's going to miss with a 7 to hit Sam. And from there, he is going to try and push Sam over. So, Sam, I need from you your fortitude bonus.
Fortitude bonus is 10. And
Okay.
I think I have something special with rock dwarfs that I
Yes.
can't immediately remember.
If I recall, it's whenever you are grappled and moved, you only suffer half the
Ah.
movement for that.
I
That's
see
exactly
it.
it.
Additionally, a +2 bonus to your fortitude against attempts to shove or trip you.
Mm-hmm.
So
that works.
here's the beautiful thing about this. He rolled a total of 18. Your fortitude DC with the 10 is a 20. With what he's about to do, it would be a 22. He rolled 4 shy. Suddenly you see this 6'6", like 300-pound unit of an orc who has lost one of his axes. Just look at this like 4'10", 5'2" dwarf and just go and just grapples her and tries to get her in like a double leg takedown spear tackle kind of thing. The minute he shoots the grapple, you just take one step back and you go and you stop him in dead in his tracks. And the orc's like, huh? And looks down at this dwarf, easily like a third to a half of his size, easily preventing him from just bulldozing her over. And this orc's like, shit. He doesn't say that. He says it in orcish. So, that's that one. One of them is going to try and overwhelm Iyalanu. See if he can do it. Nope. Okay, so he tries to grab her. She shield bashes him in the noggin a little like, nope, don't you? And she even gives him like a, don't you think about it. And then he grabs his axe and strikes her. He crits her.
It's a numbers game. It was going to happen eventually.
Eventually. And he bashes this axe right into her she's wearing this plate mail, this kind of woven plate mail that resembles very heavily, and I'm going to butcher this name because it's been a while since I've seen Black Panther, the kind of Dora Milaje. So she's wearing a plate mail that's kind of woven to her body that resembles the Dora Milaje. And as this axe hits into her body, you can see her kind of take the hit, and then she grabs her spear. You can see the spear retreat and the golden blade come out the other end, and she just swings on this guy as a reaction. And she hits him for this retributive strike. She hits. I mean, but the... Yeah, no, she hits. Okay, she hits. And as she hits, you see this bright light just coming out of the open wound, and the orc that struck her just kind of, you can see from the wound, this giant collar of light starts to wrap around his neck and shoulder. And as she draws the blade out, they just kind of, they cut off, separating his head and his arm from his torso. The orc just drops. And she sits there and she pulls her blade back, and she says, "No one hits me unless I ask them for it." And she's just looking at these orcs with this like bloodlust in her eyes. And she says, "Did you hear me?" And the orcs are like, I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's the orc's turn. Top of the next round, Michael.
All right. Are we to the fallen building yet?
Yes. You got there at the end of your turn. You're starting your turn now at the building with the broken roof.
Okay. Could I use my first action? Basically, I'm going to analyze the building and kind of survey and figure out where's the weakest point. Because this is what I'm guessing. This is what you present this building to us as a way for it to fall on top of a bunch of orcs, right?
I mean, you looked for it and I gave it to you.
All right. Can I analyze the building and see its weak point, where we need to hit to basically have it go?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Perception check. Do I get any bonuses since I have both devised stratagem and known weaknesses?
What does known weaknesses do? That's
basically
for
it gives me a plus
right?
1 to my devised stratagem.
Oh, okay.
Which gives me a plus 1. So plus 1 stacked on a plus 1.
I'm gonna say no because I believe that is for a person, not a thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you'll still get your perception check.
Okay. (26).
26. So you can tell that if you have enough force going kind of underneath the big crater to the center middle, you can easily cause it to tip, which will cause it to get too heavy and landslide. But you have to get up there and make it tip at the bottommost part. I'll give you a plus 1 when the time comes. But for right now, that's what you know.
Second action, Rufa is going to basically present all the information you just gave us to Woodward and point up to where we have to go, and goes off with the third action.
Okay, I will extend the plus 1 to Woodward and Mush as well. So you're saying that as you run, you have one more action. And it's a 3-story building, so you're going to have to kind of...
And I'm going to run some more then.
Okay, so I will say you stop about halfway up.
Mm.
Next up is Sidney.
Okay, so am I the only one at the original position? Because everyone else has run towards Rufa or to be a sniper or the front. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly where you are.
Cool. So I'm just like a dust cloud.
Yeah.
Well, this might not be the smartest idea, but Alona's gonna go to the front line.
Yeah.
But like behind the front line. Like just like there so she can boop someone if they're hurt, but like not
the second line.
Yes.
Feet away from the front line.
Line 1.5.
The backup line. Yep. Yeah.
Trench warfare.
I like the line 1.5. Yes, so you take move action. You are at line 1.5. You are in between Iyalanu and La Pacifica Dorita, kind of stuck in between them. You have this, because of the height differential, you have this nice little pocket in the middle where you're very visible.
So I'm just peeking my head up like, oh, that's what it looks like out there. Cool. Great. I'm just gonna cast magic weapon on Ichi. So +1 striking a weapon increases magic weapon dice to 2.
So whatever your weapon is dealing in damage dice now, you get to double that, and that also doubles on a crit, and it's considered magical. I believe it also gives you a +1 to hit.
What's your maul? It's a D8, right?
It's a D12.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, buffing the barbarian is the best choice.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, I'm gonna cast magic weapon on Ichi, and I'm gonna say, "Okay, good luck." Boop, back to the back. And then, ooh, do 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 do. Can I use? Weird question. Can I use detect magic to see if there's any casters in this group of orcs or anywhere nearby?
If you want to, sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do that just in case.
All right.
There's a mage that wants to cast fireball. You don't never know. That's
I mean,
like a 17.
it's okay. For detect magic, I believe you just basically cast it out there and detect it.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I love the idea of rolling. It's okay. But 17 is still really good. So as you kind of start putting out there in the ether, you're like, is there any magic? You start scanning all of the orcs on the other side of just these two women holding back 48 orcs, and you're realizing, no, there isn't any magic there. However, I keep getting this kind of unusual, like, pinging radar scrape in the back of my head. There's magic somewhere nearby that's moving in this big circle.
Alona's gonna look up. What does Alona see up there?
As you look up, you see this massive griffin, and you see two bodies on the griffin just touring, doing circles. One of them is this really, really big orc who's standing with both feet on the back of this bird, holding it by the bridle, with this massive-looking axe just shouldered. The other one is a very similar, the other one is a very thin, emaciated-looking orc. And you can only know it's an orc because the skin color and the skeletal structure, but it's teeny tiny in comparison. They're wearing a robe, and they're just going and kind of shaking their head up and down as they kind of look around the battlefield.
Great. At some point, Shonibus is gonna try and
Well, if you tell her.
panic wave to Shonibus. Archer. Not this turn though, because I've used all of my actions, and I can't do that. But as soon as I can do that, I will.
Well, the good thing is it is Kylie's turn. You haven't been able to tell Shonibus this yet, but Shonibus, you do see Ielenu, you see Ilona, and you see La Pacifica Dorita in this line fighting 48 orcs, and you see Ilona kind of going, looking up in the sky with this kind of urgency. You also see 48 orcs encroaching, and you see Rufa and Woodward disappear inside of a collapsing building. What do you do?
He's gonna first kind of look around and see, of course, everyone pretty much scattered. She's like, wow, this leader thing, this sucks. And then, like, look up, like, look at Ilona, like, what is she doing? And I look up, be like, oh. So we're gonna dock an arrow and just like shoot upwards. We're just gonna see if we can hit. We'll go with the buffer one first.
Okay.
And we're going to. They're definitely 30 feet above me, right? Like,
Oh
far
yeah.
more than 30 feet.
They're probably easily 60 feet or more.
We are going to volley. So, yep, I'm gonna do it. If I can find it somewhere.
Do
Has
it.
Shionibus ever done this before? Volley?
Yes, it's just been a hot minute.
Okay.
But essentially it's just advantage, like not taking penalty when someone's farther away than what her actual arrows can shoot.
Oh, cool.
Basically. So, let's go. Dear Lord, do I still get that bonus from Ilona?
I believe the bonus is to saves. Is that correct, Ilona?
Yes, the bonus is to let me read this again. It's to +1 stat to AC and saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Then never mind. That's a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. Okay, not bad. You're aiming for the big buff dude, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as you take your bow and you take a volley shot to the sky, hoping to hit the buff rider, the buff orc rider of the griffin, you see the orc kind of riding, just kind of standing, riding on it, kind of sees the arrow coming, and suddenly his giant axe head is in front of his face. The arrow hits the axe head, ricochets off, and he kind of puts the axe back into position, and he scowls at you, and for a hot second, you see him going, and he just kind of like points to you. Like he's like, yeah, nice try.
Okay. She's gonna like shake her head and roll her eyes. We're going to shoot again. This time we're going to aim at the griffin's eye.
Okay, called shot on a very harsh part. Let's see.
Very specific.
You get the penalty for a multi-attack. I will impose a bonus -1 to that penalty, making it a total of 5, I believe, -5.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I want this to
I
happen
don't like-
so bad, though.
I want this to happen so badly. Okay. That's a 17.
17. So you're like, called shot. You shoot it. The arrow flies off. And as it does, you see the griffin open its mouth and chomp the arrow in mid-flight and spit the broken shaft in half. You see a little bit of blood come out of its mouth. It's clearly you've nicked its tongue, but you did not shoot it in the eyeball.
Rude.
How dare you?
New tactic. We're going to shoot at the orc that was giving her trouble yesterday or earlier, that was fighting Yelenu.
All right.
Or a hunter's shot. No, he's still marked as prey. Just kidding.
Awesome.
There's a lot going on in my brain right now.
It's okay.
So that's -6 now.
I believe.
Have it somewhere.
I think it's a -6. Yeah, it's either -6 or a -8. No, wait, it's a second. It's a third. It's a third.
The third one.
That would be -8, I believe, of a third shot.
Perfect. That's not gonna hit at all. We're going real wide. It's like a -3.
Pew! It goes into the crowd. You see some orc jump and is like, I got it. I got the thing. What? Oh, right. He throws the arrow away and he gets his 2 axes ready. Next up is Yelenu. Okay, so Yelenu is going to continue her hurt campaign on these guys.
She's going to continue actually making headway.
Yep.
Like, actually getting things done. But it makes her great TV. The rest of us are very enthused.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, good. So again, she attacks twice, and she's like with the sword out, and she's like, "You don't get to hit me. You don't get to hurt me unless I ask for it." And then she's just cutting these guys down, like she's cutting like chaff in the field, just destroying a pittance of a blade of grass, just destroying it.
I can't wait to be level 3.
Yeah.
2022.
Hey, that's okay. We're here for the long haul. We're here for a good time
There
and
it
a
is.
long time. So the third one she will miss, but as she does that, she drags her blade back up, switches it back to a spear as it kind of comes out the other end, and she gets in her defensive stance next to La Pacifica Dorito, whose turn it is right now. La Pacifica Dorito, what do you do?
So Ichi is, stunned by this lady, sees her take some damage from that orc, and is just like, this righteous fury starts to kind of broil up inside of her. Like, you're gonna hurt her? No, you're not. And she's gonna rage.
Yes. All right.
So it looks like Ichi and Shionobis will just fight to the death over Ilenu. And this is a very interesting battle to watch.
Another fight pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're 1-1 on this fight pit.
I think
Yeah,
I heard some of that. Yeah.
Shionobis, so I have to give you any sort of advice. Don't get into any circular shaped thing. Specifically stay away. Maybe a fight square would be best.
Noted.
For a circle.
Yeah. Look. It's like the man once said. No one will know. No one will know. Oh, she was so great. What happened to her? Yeah, it's just 1 minute he was there, 1 minute. So anyway, no one is planning Sam's demise because Sam's amazing. But Sam, you've raged. Is it positive or is it negative, Enter?
We're gonna do positive is like life. Is it like life force energy type thing?
Yeah, for lack of a better word, it's like this kind of like, I hate to say radiant, but yeah, it's kind of like the holy power that kind of coming through you.
We're gonna do positive, yeah,
Divine.
because she gets like this kind of like divine sense off of this nice lady right here, so she's gonna kind of match that vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's raging, and she's gonna go and make some hits.
All right, roll to hit.
All right.
This is the most interesting slide up to a bar. Oh, you do divine damage too? Whoa.
Yeah. 3 warriors walk into a bar.
How barbarians flirt.
Yeah.
So, Sidney, your buff was a +1 to hit?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes, +1 to hit and then double your damage dice.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yep.
Well, we'll see how it does, because it looks like I'm at a 14.
That will miss, but just barely. You can whiff, but you can still you can see a bit of that orc tummy meat got slightly grazed.
Okay.
You have 2 more. One more.
One more.
One more
'Cause I
action.
raged.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
She's gonna try again.
All right, -5 on this bad boy.
Ooh, okay. Let's see if that'll do it. So quite a bit of math to do. -5.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21 to hit.
Ooh.
That hits hard. Roll double the dice damage.
Ooh, let's
Add
get
the
another
bonus
D12
for
for
rage.
that.
Yep.
Oh my god. Double the
2d12.
dice damage and adding bonus for rage. This is okay. This is gonna be great. I'm excited.
All right, we got our 2d12.
Might be too soon, but
Ooh, oh wait, I shouldn't have rolled 2d12 because it's doubling.
Yeah, 2d12. 'Cause you never know what they might
Okay,
be.
bummer, because one of those was max damage, so...
I mean, you can still roll 2d12. If one of them was a 12, you could roll another
Yeah,
d12.
let's keep it. It was a 7 and a 12 on the 2d12.
Perfect. 7
Yeah,
to 12.
we'll go with that? Okay.
Yeah, 7 to 12, and then add your strength modifier, add the bonus from raging. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, and my rage bonus is 3 with spirit instinct, so that's gonna be a 26.
Okay.
26 damage.
Ouch.
So, in one clean shot, you find this holy hammer home on a new hefty, heinous H word for an orc. So what I need from you, Sam, is to tell me the tale of how you kill in one shot the orc that has pissed you off today.
Oh yes, absolutely. So Ichi sees this lady kicking ass, and she has respect for ladies who can kick ass. So the idea that these orcs think they are so presumptuous as to target her, this beautiful woman, oh, it makes her mad. So she just goes for it. First hit misses, and she does that special thing she does. She just keeps going, spins around, clocks it right in the head with all her might. And,
Nice.
yep.
And as that hammer collides with his head, oh god, it's a horror show. Like you can see the skull break and shatter. You can see red mist come out the other side, and you can see this light like just from one end and burst out the other from the holy spirits resting in your hammer right now as you crack this guy, and he drops. And then over your shoulder, you can see Iyalenu going, that's exactly how you do that. And then she just gets ready for war again. And she's like, very good job. That's how you do that. And she's ready. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Michael. All the orcs might be dead by the time you get to the ceiling. By the way, I'm just gonna cheat this right now. There's no way I'm giving you the experience for an orc times 50. That is too much experience points. I'm gonna put that out right now. I am not stupid. But that being said, Sam did a darn good job. Next up is Ian's turn. Ian,
I have a quick question.
quick answer.
If we let the Nubian battle goddess into our party, can she get all the amazing XP for the 50 orcs she kills, and then we can just keep her around?
So what I'm hearing is you want to Gandalf the Whites, the
Oh
Suzuku battle goddess.
I mean, I've literally haven't lifted a finger, and we're winning. Why would you not? Like, we are making headway, and I have yet to do a thing, and I'm okay with that.
I will say
It'll
this.
make this dream just a little bit easier.
Well, we'll see what happens after this combat. Remember,
That wasn't a no. I'll take it.
I'm saying there's a chance, but I'm saying it's not a good one.
I will continue towards the building with Rufa. If there is any sort, Rufa and I's, our turns are so far apart.
Yeah.
Were you making it upstairs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. There's a hem and a haw from Woodward when he sees that there's stairs and he's realizing his stature, and but he makes it up as best as he can. He's gonna go ahead and give Mush a boost as he walks up the stairs, getting ready for whatever attack they have planned.
Okay, so my turn order for the stairs, as in who's first, who's middle, who's last, right now stands to Rufa, Mush, and Woodward. In about that way. So Rufa is about 5 feet in front of Mush. Mush is 5 feet in front of Woodward as you're going up the stairs. That being said, I'm guessing you're using all your 3 actions to do this.
Yeah, let's go for it. It's the plan I got.
So you guys are about halfway up. You know that by the end of your next turn, you will be on the roof proper. And you can actually see where you are. These spears of light kind of breaking through the dark and dusty place you're in. It's only dark and dusty, of course, from all the debris and detritus falling into the building. Next up, the orcs are going to go. One of them just saw the dwarf who the other guy tried to tackle, not only not get tackled, but then crack his skull open and rolls to hit. He's gonna hit you, but Sam, what's your armor class at this level?
Let's see. With raging, I've got a -1, so that will be a 16.
You were 1 point away from being critted. Okay, good to know. So he's gonna hit the first time. He's gonna roll to hit a second time. You are at, you said, while raging, you're at a 16?
16.
Okay, he's gonna hit a second time. And he's going to miss the third time. So the first hit coming in does... All right, so the first hit's going to do 7 damage. And the second is going to do 6 damage respectively. So he comes with these 2 axes that he's got that curve around his knuckles with a long handle. And he does basically like with a double chamber sweeping across the gut. So he slams it into your hips and kind of pushes through. And with an overhand chamber, comes slamming down your body. He tries to bring them back around for a third, misses wide, hits nothing but air. One of them is going to jump up again and throw an axe at Shionibis.
What a throw.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Taking an axe, whoop, 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 taking penalties on that throw. That is going to be... That's Does a 20 hit you, Kylie?
Why do you even ask at this point?
Because I don't know your life.
It was a saving throw?
No,
That's
no,
a
AC.
19.
19. Dirty 20 will hit. You take 4 damage as this throwing axe starts to wobble off course, and then as it's losing trajectory, lands right into your toes, and it hurts really bad. It is 4 lethal damage to your toes. Realizing that he is probably not gonna hit the second one, he is going to try and tackle because he's got to push this line. He is gonna fare 0 chance of breaking Ialenu's front line, and then from there, someone sees that there is this great, adorable, squishy elf, half elf in the front line. Ilona, does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
You take
Of course.
You take 6 damage as this axe comes over the front, bow, and bashes you. And has the handle kind of like raises again for another strike. You suddenly see Ialenu just turn with a vengeance and strikes this guy.
When in clutch.
She is going to hit, and as she does, you can see kind of this holy halo as like what looks like the image of 3 women pushing a beam, like a circle light around the guy's neck. And as they do, the scorpion girl like punches it and it cuts his head off as he drops down dead. And she looks at you and she goes, "I'm sorry any horrible person ever tried to hurt you. Put your hands up, get your weight in your back right foot, keep your left hand high. You know you can do this." And she gets back to the front line. That's the orcs. Top of the next round. Michael!
All right. I'm guessing we're up there now.
At the end, if you take all 3 actions to run up these stairs, you will get there.
All right, then. I'm taking all 3 actions then.
All 3 actions, and you're right there, and you can see that sweet lever spot that if you can just get enough strength, you can get this crashing cascade going
Real
down.
quick, I'm just curious. I have a Venturer's Pack. Would that have a crowbar or anything like that in it?
No, not for Adventurers Pack. You might have like
Lethal?
you might have like pitons for making a
Okay.
tent with, but you wouldn't have like an actual crowbar.
Okay.
All right, so Michael runs. You're right there, poised and ready. You know what? I'm going to skip ahead if you all don't mind to Woodward. Woodward, are you running up to Michael?
Yeah, that's my entire plan.
I figured we might as well just get that over
Yeah.
with. So you
I'm a
guys are
puppet. Thank
both
you.
right there.
Yeah.
Next up, Sidney. He hurt you. I mean, he
Oh.
did, but he hurt you. What are you going to do?
You give me a big ow. So here's the deal. I'm at I'm at 8 points of health. But I think healing Ichi is probably the more important thing to do.
Got a lot of hit points. Just so
Yep.
you know, I
You
got
have
a
a
lot of
lot.
hit points.
Okay, I'm gonna heal myself. Cool. Wait, hold up. How many times can I use this? I can. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so this depends on how many. Okay, cool. I'm gonna cast heal twice. Can
Okay.
I cast heal on myself,
Mhm.
which is just basic touch, which I will roll 1d10, and then I'm going to use distance. Let's see. Can I wait? Is it distance? Oh, it's been so long.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
2 actions is using distance.
2 actions would be a
actions.
distance to 1 person. You
Yeah,
can also do
3
3
is a-
actions is the big AoE.
30-foot radius,
Mm-hmm.
including
That's
you.
True. That's true. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use, but would that also kill the orcs? Is the other thing.
It will not kill the orcs because it is a heal spell. It may heal the orcs. However, most of them are either slightly injured or straight up dead. So
That's true. All right, cool. 30-foot radius. We're gonna do it. All right. All 3 of my actions are gonna go to a 30-foot emanation of heal, and that is going to be I think that's 2d10, or no? I think that's still 1d10. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna roll that d10, and we're gonna see what happens. So Ilona is going to. Oh, that's a 10. Yay! Ilona is going to warm her hands, and then on the ground, she's going to push, and then you see just sort of the symbol of Aphra go out of her in a beam of gold and purple light as this just gigantic circle of positive healing energy just raises up, and you see light enveloping everyone that needs to be healed.
Nice. All right,
Art.
so that should be a D10 plus plus a solid 8 because you've at least used a 2 actions, so it would be an 18 heal to everyone within the 30-foot emanation. I believe I'm reading that correctly, and if not, tough. So you heal 18 damage, Ielenu, and yourself, and the orcs, and of course La Pacifica Dorita. So as you
Am
do
I
that,
in that 30-foot radius?
yeah, you'd be within the 5 feet away from
sweet.
being out of
Okay.
it, but you're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dip your toes in.
Yeah.
You're chosen. Just loop. Oh, you see that healing light? The healing purple and gold light of Aphra? Great, cool. Just take a dip. A dip in the light pool.
Her toes need it.
Oh yeah, that little like ripple of like the holy symbol and the beautiful passion flower and the golden light comes out. Yeah, Ichi, you're healed 18. Kylie, you're healed 18. Of course, you yourself, Sidney, you're healed 18. And you can suddenly see Ielenu kind of like in her battle stance at this moment of like she is clearly understanding that she's being healed by a cleric. She goes, you can hear her go, interesting. She looks at you and she goes, flower. Tasty. I like it. And then she gets back to the fight with like a little bit of like a wink and a nod, and she gets back to the fight. That being said, Sidney used all 3 of her turns.
No one's ever called me tasty before.
Ooh boy.
She gonna see herself out? Yeah.
Like Rufus dinners.
I don't want to fan your ship,
Rendezvous.
but-
Yeah.
Rendezvous. That's right.
No.
So Kylie, it's your turn.
Oh man. Okay. After that, how can I compete? We are going to do a 100 shot
Okay.
and aim for the closest one that isn't. I guess none of them are injured now because they were all healed, but the closest orc.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
So this is new dex. We've already been through 4. This is the 5th one. Let's see if it doesn't. That's a 19 to hit.
That will hit solidly. Roll damage.
I need better dice. Which one hasn't messed me up tonight? That is. Hold on. 8 damage.
Nice.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah?
I meant to add a d4.
Oh, God, yeah. Add that.
11 damage.
Nice. Okay. So the arrow finds a home in this orc, and as he recoils from the shot, his head never leaves his target, but his body clearly is you can see a bruise form, you can see blood start to come out of the wound. The orc is bloodied.
How close is he to me?
He hasn't moved at all. The 2 ladies, well, the 3 ladies really have been doing a great job of holding that line. So the orcs have gone nowhere.
Sweet. We're going to load again
Mm-hmm.
and take penalty.
For confirmation, this is the one behind the line, not the one flying around, right?
Right, yeah.
Good. Yeah. That's good.
We're going to Marcus Prey again. And then.
Get him.
Get him.
Yeah, we're just gonna do Hunter's shot again.
All right, all right.
And then with so 2 quick shots and then the penalty to it. Those already. Why? That is like a 7 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately, but still, the guy's bloodied, so there is progress being made on him. Okay. Next up is Iyalanu, who then proceeds to go on her good old-fashioned butt-kicking campaign. She crits, and she misses. I'm actually shocked. And then the last one is going to be a hit. Okay, so the one that she crits, she just eviscerates. She swings a feint across another one's belly, and as he jumps back, she docks her blade and goes into his thigh instead. So as he's jumping back, that leg is there. She just claims it, and as she screams in pain, she pulls the blade up, slices him across the jaw to the top of the skull, and he drops, and she just gets back on the line. She's killed 2 more. 2 more.
You doing okay over there, PJ? How's your battle with yourself going?
You know, I'm used to it by now.
He's fighting his demons.
Oh God, what a metaphor. I don't like that. Let's go back to make pretend. Okay, so Ian, we already did your turn. You are there with Rufa and Woodward. All 3 of you are looking at this like kind of concave a bit roofing, and you know if you guys can put enough strength into this on your turn, you can just cave the whole thing down.
Now,
the orcs are gonna go. Ian?
Yeah. Serious question.
Mhm.
Because I wasn't always in on this thing, in the fact that we do want to tip this over, has any of the line moved to be underneath this building?
Good point, or good question, I should say. No, the 4 ladies, Kylie in Overwatch, Iyalanu as the point, Sam on the second part of the wall, and the half-elf doing the healing, has done a tremendous job of giving these orcs enough to focus on. The surviving 38 orcs are still there.
And none of the women warriors of Maythun are involved in any battles underneath the building that we want to tip over.
I'm glad you asked that. As it is the orc's turn, one of them somehow is able to actually grapple Iyalanu, and with the rest of his action, just picks her up by both her legs and then just takes her off the front line. However, the orcs have yet to actually make ready this chaos and spill out, but it does look like Iyalanu has been literally Goldberged away from this splash zone, if you
Somebody
will.
get her.
Let's
Get her
see
back.
here. One of them is going to grab Ichi and do a miserable job. A 12 does not beat a 22 from Ichi. So as he goes to grab you, Ichi, again, you're too strong. And he's like, and perplexed and a little mad, he just takes his axe and tries to swing at you. There's a 19 hit.
Yes.
Okay. You'll be taking 5 slashing damage as he can't pick you up, so he just grabs the axe back from his belt, slams it on you. You take 5 damage from that, and that's his turn. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if the orcs kind of realize what's going on. Yeah, they do. They're going to make an attack against the healer. Sidney, what's your armor class?
14. Well, I have shield as a reaction.
Good.
So that would be 14 plus 19
Okay, 19.
if I get hit. I would take 5 points of damage. in my shield.
So, this is good because a 19 means it's no longer a crit, but it does mean that you're being hit. Granted, you still have your shield up. Shield is what, 5?
Yeah.
So as the axe hits your shield, and then with its sheer orcish brute might, you can see it breaking through, you only take 3 damage from the leftover swing.
Oh, that's good.
Shield is amazing. I love that it actually stops some of the damage from coming in, unlike some editions where it just ups your AC by a little bit.
Well, actually, it adds +1 to my AC.
It does both.
It does
Yeah.
both.
That's what's
So okay, so -3. A dude hit me, and
Yeah.
Ielenu's gone.
She's been picked up and carried off the line, maybe moved 5-10 feet off the line. That being said, it is the end of that round. Top of the next round, we have Rufa, and if the players will it, I will allow Rufa and Ian to take their turn. Let me do this again. Rufa, Woodward, and Mush to take their turn right now to move this rubble off the roof.
Real quick, wasn't I after Ilona, or did we skip me, or no?
Did I skip you? No, because you killed the. I don't remember.
don't
To be
remember
safe,
either.
I will give you a round right now. Just be safe. How about that?
Okay.
Go get your lady.
Okay, get the lady. I can't remember if your memory's better than mine though, probably. So because I thought I was after.
Don't waste this chance. She's been
Okay,
stolen by
all right,
ruffians.
all right.
Don't look
We're
the
not
good
gonna
horse in the
waste
mouth.
it. Okay, so I'm gonna go after that orc that is carrying her away, because don't be taking that lady. I need her to bask in her glow. All right. Okay, so that is a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Ooh, okay. Let's see what we can do on this damage, guys.
Lots of it.
All right, so that is. That's 15.
Is that with the 2 weapon dice or the 1 weapon dice?
That is the. Do I still have double damage?
Well, it's an extra weapon die, so technically it's double damage. It's only double dice.
Oh,
I believe
so I
magic
was
weapon.
doing it right the first time.
Yeah, you got it. I believe the double damage or the double weapon die. I should say the double weapon die lasts for about a minute. I believe.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that was
6 rounds.
double die, that was strength modifier, and that was raging damage. And the +1. Wait, no. Actually, it's a 14. Did I say 15? 14.
Yeah. Okay, so is that with the 2d12s, the bonus for your rage and your strength is a 15?
14.
14, thank you, 14. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, you're swinging at the orc carrying off Ielenu, correct?
Yeah, we're going for the ankles.
Nice. All right, well, then this is going to suck because I'm going to ask you, Sam, tell me the tale of clipping this guy to death at the ankles with a massive magical maul.
All right. So, I see that orc take this nice lady away from me. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't. She is going to do a kind of like knee slide in to follow him as he's taking her away, and just incredibly low to the ground, smash those ankles. I'm assuming he just dies from shock.
So, oh, he's dying from shock. Okay, in that case then, so you slide like Jack Black in School of Rock, just and you swing hard. You clip him with his maul around where the ankles used to be. The feet actually sever off like someone broke the lead tip off a pencil. As they snap, it is a horrible bloody stomp. You see the orc drop because he has no feet to push his charge. He drops, slips. You see him kind of seize. His eyes roll back and he drops to the ground, goes into shock. and dies of blood loss in what will eventually be about 45 seconds to about 3 minutes. As Ielenu kind of like lands on her feet, seeing this orc with no feet, she looks to you as you're on your knees swinging the hammer, and she goes, "Cool points. Not needed, but you get them." And she puts her shield over you as she spears on top. So that being said, with murder akimbo all over this place, Michael, Ian, and Ian's friend Mush, so I think everyone agreed you're going to take your turns together to push this rock. So
I'm just going to say this. This took, what, 3 rounds? This better pay off.
God, I hope so.
It's up to the dice gods now.
Yeah.
It's in their hands. So here is what I need from you guys. I need you guys to make an athletics check. All right, you can do
before you roll that. Guidance, please.
Ooh, I do have guidance. I can totally give a team high five to Rufa. We got this.
You know what? I'll even allow us to be Three Musketeers style. You, Mush, Rufa, you all get a plus
that's
one.
cute.
Yeah.
Little Mush.
Yeah, with his little paw.
I'm just envisioning ourselves as Huey, Dewey, and Louie from DuckTales.
God, life is like a
take
hurricane,
it.
man. So you give everyone a plus one. I need you. That is, I need Woodward. I need Rufa, and I'm gonna need Mush to make an athletics check.
Do we get the bonuses from my what is it? My thing ability and also the clue in, because so they get the bonuses too.
Yeah, so everyone gets a plus one from Rufa, and everyone gets a plus one from Ian. So that means everyone, all three of you, gets a plus two on top of everything else.
Wow. Okay.
Respectable.
Whoa, we are showing up. I am surprised.
Okay, I got I believe after everything, I believe it's a 22. Oh, wait, no, 23. I forgot about the guidance.
All right, 23 from Michael. Ian, what you got for me, buddy?
Woodward slams his shoulder into the wall with a 24, followed by a 21 from his little badger.
A 1, a 2, and a 3.
Yeah, I was amazed. If these are the 2 rolls I make tonight, I will go home happy.
Yeah.
So, the three of you high five, and Rufa's like right there, lift with the legs and the glutes, not the back. And you guys get underneath it, and you shove your shoulder into it. Rufa lifts, and you just see Mush like start to like rage and put his paws on. He goes, and then just starts overcoming this thing, and he's just like, and then suddenly everyone down below, you hear the rage of a pissed off little mammal and his friends as the sky starts to get a little shadowy. I need Ian and Michael to roll a full percentage die. D10 with that little D10 add-on, buddy.
This one, right?
Yeah, but both of them, the 10 and the percentage, both of them at once.
I've never heard of anyone using that die ever. Ever.
So we rolled this one and the what?
I'm scared.
You're gonna roll. So basically, you're gonna roll the 2 D10s that come in a set. The one where it's just the 0 through 9, and the one where it's 01 through 09 or 990.
Are we? Are all of us? Are we? Are we under the building?
No. I checked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I checked. I specifically checked.
Okay. Great.
I was checking for like unnamed NPCs so far. I was so.
So,
all right,
Michael, what was that roll?
I got a 80 and a 5.
85. Okay, Ian, what was your roll?
I got a 77.
77. So, as you and you really put all your weight into it, and suddenly hear this like this gnome, and he goes, puts all his shoulder into it. Suddenly goes. And this basically a corner of a roof just starts sliding off the building. You suddenly hear 37 orcs yell and swear, and they make death threats. And then in one last voice, as they know death is falling upon them from the sky, they just shout, "Fuck! Fuck!" as a roof collapses and kills 37 orcs in one go.
And then Rufa yells out, "And that's for my dry cleaning bill!"
Now, once that drop has ascended and a whole swath of orcs is gone and dead, you can hear the combat to the east side of the town start to kind of die down a little bit. You see that griffin that's been taking massive laps around the city. You hear one last and it disappears in the clouds. And Mithun is dead, silent. And we will take a 5-minute break. We come back at 9:52 Pacific Standard Time, or about 9:53, depending on how long it takes for me to stop talking. We will see you then. Hopefully in that 5-minute break, I can fix what I messed up and get that poll working so we can figure out which one of these NPCs is going to become a real one. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the first half of episode 18 of these Heroes in Bethune. We'll see you at 9:53. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to the second half of episode 18. As we speak, the amazing tea that we have, Joe is killing it. He's putting the poll back up there, so keep your eyes out for that poll. I swear I spent like 15 minutes putting that sucker on, and then somehow it just pulled a Houdini and vanished on me. But that being said, we're coming back, and we're last we left off, if you don't remember. The heroes held the line for 3 turns while Rufa, Woodward, and Mush climbed up a 3-story building and basically used all their power to dismantle a bit of debris, and it fell off and just smushed a bunch of orcs. Just killed the crap out of them. And with that, combat is done, and the city is in kind of a dead silence. Ielenu is kind of like, you see her standing upright, triumphant, kind of looks around, gets her sword spear combo, puts it on her hip, kind of throws her shield around her body, and she goes, and that is what we call a good day. And then kind of winks at the ladies and then walks back to the east side of town just nonchalantly.
Can I say, as Rufa, I'm just going to assume Woodward and Mush are with them as they're walking down the building. It's going to go, so by my math, 11.3 points between you, Mush, and Rufa. And we'll have the remaining 0.1 donate to charity.
I got a feeling that Mush did a little bit more work than me, so I'm gonna go ahead and donate a point or 2 to him.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. And he's like, as he's saying this, he takes an apple out and just and tosses another one to Mush and tosses one to Woodward. Job well done.
Woodward happily takes the apple and starts munching on it, and then when he gets about halfway done, he throws the rest to Mush.
Mush, you see Mush is kind of
Yeah.
kind of scurries to the apple and just kind of like grabs it. And you see his little maw and his pointy nose is kind of like kind of gnawing on the apple. Finally gets a good bit. And he's enjoying the apple tremendously.
I will say I do love when Mush rages, he turns into Donald Duck. So that's a very fun factoid about Mush.
Yeah. He transforms from a badger into an anthropomorphic duck man.
Mighty Ducks.
Anger issues.
Whack.
Yeah, but in that case, he gains his shirt,
Yeah,
which is impressive.
and a hat, and a hat.
and yet still no pants. But moving on. So Iyalenu is just kind of giving you all kind of this fun little wink as she walks off to the east side of town. What do you guys do in the quiet?
Shionobis is going to catch up with her.
Okay.
Not for reasons that you all think, but just like a slight, like putting the bow, like strapping it to her back as she's like hustling and whatnot. I assume she seems like she walks fast. I feel like she's a fast walker. So she's like, hey, you're from Tezuku, right?
That is right. I'm from technically northeast Tezuku.
Weird question. When was the last time you were there last?
Because of my job at the island of the Order of the Platinum Hammer, I don't get to go back home often. I'd say maybe I took a month off from my birthday last year.
How are things? I'm from Nubia.
Yeah, you know that you mentioned I could tell from the yeah.
Yeah.
She just kind of shrugs her shoulder up and she goes, you know, it's going well. It's going well. Looks to check the new king is still a very good man. The Orisha are still very angry at my brother, but I mean, that's what they get for giving him Ogurun. Let's see. Oh, right. There's been this entire campaign about trying to move into the Red Sands. Nubia and Tezuku are kind of arguing over it, but you know, something we can't handle with civility.
Yeah, you know, it's always been an issue, but what can you do, right?
Yeah, honestly, things are peaceful as they usually always are in Tezuku. I mean, we have our share of demons and monsters and problems, but nothing we haven't been able to handle for the past 10,000 years.
Yeah, just off chance, do you know who's ruling Nubia currently?
Ruling Nubia. Sorry, I don't mean to sound rude, but I leave Nubia to the Nubians. We're cousins. We'll eat at the same table, but who is ruling your country isn't my problem until it becomes my problem.
Yeah, I had a feeling, long shot of a question, but you did good today.
I should hope so. I teach other women how to do good.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm.
yeah.
Oh no! Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say your arrow groupings are really really tight. You seem to all hit around the same area. You're really good.
You caught me on a bad day, but thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, if it makes you feel any better, I've seen people on worse days, and if that's a bad day for you, then I'm gonna ask that you stay behind me on a good day.
I'll take that in consideration. She's gonna be like, I'm gonna go back to my group. You did good today, though.
Yeah, she looks at you and she goes, "Yeah, good hustle out there." And she kind of has like a flirty smile as she says, "And if you ever want to talk about places that aren't home, I'm down to meet anywhere in the wild world. There's a lot of places we can grab a bite to eat and talk."
I'm sure I'll see you around again.
I hope you do. And then with that, she just kind of like, you know, kind of like a little back skip and then like a brief turn or a brisk turn. And she just kind of walks off with a bit of a swagger in her step.
Shionobis is going to casually, because now she's like a little red. She's going to casually walk back to the group like nothing happened.
All right.
Though Ian's not here, I'm just going to say Rufa just kind of leans in kind of close to Woodward, just goes, bust.
First out.
Bust.
Oh God. I do want to say it is a really good thing that Elenu saw Shonibus's grouping skills instead of her weird left hook. So I mean,
It's not a weird left hook. She still punches people well.
Telegraphs it will.
Oh, bring it on, Rufa. Bring it on. I'll show you a good left hook.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, you have the entirety of Mithun to look after, to look around. As you are kind of catching up and discussing all this stuff, you see in the east end of Mithun, the city is still this giant whipping of dust and sand, but you see coming out of it, kind of emerging out of it, you see Morel, who's kind of like trudging back. I mean, a little beat up, but I mean, all the same. You see Hera and Antigone, the two half-orc women that have been, I guess, officially, unofficially asked to follow you / are just now following you. And as they kind of come back, they're just like, you see Morel like, oh, that was crazy. I haven't had a fight like that in a formation skirmish counterattack since since bad time, long time ago. And Hera and Antigone are like, you know what? I hate killing orcs, but I love killing orcs. Oh. Well, that was Antigone. Antigone is just kind of like high five. She races a high five. She's like, she looks at everyone. She goes, Antigone goes, hey, everyone. I got 22. Hera got 18. What you got? Who's got me beat? Come on.
Everyone just looks at, I'm guessing, Rufa and Mush and Woodward.
Woodward. I mean, Ian.
I don't know. Woodward's slowly raising his hand, like very sheepish about it, but just like, and just kind of points towards Rufa, like.
Between my friend Woodward, Rufa's friend Woodward, and Mush, about 30, I think 38 or 30, 40. I lose count.
Did you? Wait, hold on. Antigone kind of puts up a hand, goes, wait a minute. She looks over her shoulder. She sees the giant debris, like Titanic capsized in the streets. And she's like, you three? With your little arm? That was you?
Yes. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, catch up. Even the badger could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Antigone looks at all of you, and she looks at Rufa, and she says, okay, 1, you got some scrawny hips. That dancing must be paying off. And 2, if you're going to challenge me to words, you're going to challenge me to a drink. Next tavern we go to, we're going ale for ale, little man. I challenge you.
You can have the ale. I will take the wine.
And to which Hera just goes, you guys can drink all you want. I just kind of want, a nice calming soup, maybe something fun to drink.
Mm-hmm. A cream soup, a little bit of leek, bit of potatoes, maybe garnish with a bit of parsley.
Hera kind of steps back and goes, I like you. You can cook. I like you.
While the two are kind of going at it, Woodward steps away, and if Shionibus and I guess Ichi and Alona are nearby, Woodward pulls out his flask and walks up towards them and says, Rufus said you're all thirsty before the fight, so I brought something to you. And just hands them the flask.
I wasn't involved in
that. Shonibus is going to take a big swig.
Okay. So I'm going to give Ian another hero point. Ian, how many hero points do you have right now?
Well, actually, that's my first for tonight.
Oh, okay. So you got okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've got 2 right now.
Okay. Okay. So, everyone give me a perception check really fast.
Oh. 16.
16 from Sidney.
30, 20.
16, 30, 20 from Sam. Kylie, what you got?
25.
25. And Ian, what you got?
Woodward got a 15.
Okay. Sam and Kylie. As Morel is doing his best to stifle his joy in this moment, saying, all right, now listen. As joyous as this is, we still have to take a moment of mourning. We did slaughter approximately 100 orcs. No. We still had loss of human life, orc life, and we have to be respectful. As he's trying so hard to have this moment where he won't give himself the joy. You two turn back to the kind of dusty, hazy east as you're like, wait a minute. There's another person over in that battle. We're missing one. And kind of coming out through the haze, almost like two curtains opening on a stage and body coming out, you see Ielenu holding in her arms the body of a dwarf covered in steel and leather and is just an absolute pincushion of axes resting in the meaty, stocky frame of his body. And Ielenu looks at this dwarf in her arms and she says, I'm pretty sure he doesn't belong to Methune. I don't know who he is. Was he one of yours?
Ichi drops her weapon and just runs up. Tio, is he okay?
Ielenu, recognizing that this is your uncle, puts him to the ground. Well, at least recognizing family, puts him to the ground. And she immediately steps back and she says, I don't know. There's been a lot of blood loss. A lot of major arteries have been hit. I wasn't there in the combats. Morel, status report on your officer. And Morel goes, we lost him in the thick of it. He broke the line formation. We told him to return. And then he just said, nonsense. The righteous frog never stays on one lily pad. And we lost him in the battle. We assumed he was fine.
Can anyone heal her?
I think just as step behind Alona is Woodward, only by how short his legs are, and tries to heal as well.
Okay. So you're casting heal?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to cast heal, so that is 1d10 plus a d8.
All right.
If we can.
Woodward heals for a 4.
Okay. Woodward 4. Alona,
Hold.
what was yours? Yeah.
Hold. Question, is he dying?
You can make a medicine check to find out.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
All right.
That is 19.
The deep gouge and lacerations to the clavicle, the jugular, the subclavicle, the carotid, the femoral, the stomach, a broken concave axe wound into the chest, which you can only assume has either popped the lung or nicked the heart. You can tell that in the glory of combat, unflinching, unerring, and unfaltering, La Rona de Hierro died a few minutes ago.
Please, is there anything you can do?
And Woodward, as you put your hands of healing upon him, it's much akin to when someone takes the shock paddles to a body and they vault and they convulse and they jostle, but there's no signs of life. And he kind of.
I think Woodward, he with his hands down and looking, he immediately looks over at Rufa and says, "No, we got him. Wait, we got him. We won."
Rufa just kind of just shakes his head and just puts his hand on Woodward's shoulder and just doesn't say anything at all, just shakes his head.
Shionibus is going to start praying to Anubis for safe passage to the Reeds.
It's not.
Kylie. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. Continue, please.
Is it not working?
I don't. I can't. I can't get. I'm sorry. And I think Woodward becomes smaller than he has been.
I need 2 checks.
Oh.
I need Kylie to make a religion check, and I need La Pacifica Dorita to make a perception check.
That is a 19 for religion.
19 for religion. Okay, 19 religion from Kylie. Let me know when you're ready, Sam, with that perception check.
It is a 12.
Okay. Kylie, as you're praying to Anubis, your mind is immediately in this pitch black pit with one candle lit and kind of looking over the blaze, kind of moving left and right like a pendulum. You see the black-headed dog of Anubis, the jackal head of Anubis. And you can hear the hissing of an alligator. His punishment, Sobek, waiting. And Anubis strokes him like one would a pet. And Anubis looks to you and he says, "You are spoken for. This one is not one of mine. I will give him no safe passage. But I will not judge his heart on my scale either." And when that, he puts a big hand around the fire and blows it out like a candle, and you come out of your prayer. Sam, time slows down to a dead stop. You can see Shionibus in mid-prayer. You can see Woodward in mid-shrink. You can even see Mush smelling the air and smelling the truth. And you can see him in mid-shrink, everyone in sadness, but time has stopped dead. Suddenly, you see from both sides of Methune walking to the body of your uncle, 2 forms, slowly. To the right, you see a woman wearing this amazing black gown with frills and layers. It might be the type of gown that you'd wear at a dance or a festival back in Azmakon. However, now it's got a funeral veil in front of it. And she's holding in her hand this giant skull made glorious with rhinestones, painting, and all kinds of makeup, like a skull of the Day of the Dead. And you can see an army of millions of masked warriors holding her dress from the back like you would hold a train, I should say, at a wedding. She walks up to the body. On the other side, you see a man wearing a white luchador mask that looks like a bird. It's got many layers in the back, frills, gold, white, and silver. He's wearing this amazing warrior's outfit from the ring that you've seen 1,000 times before. And his eyes look like white and silver halos, as behind him, full of life and vigor, they can't sit still. They're jumping and they're cheering and they're shouting. You see millions of warriors, luchador, that have died at the temple behind him. And they walk up to your uncle. And they, in one voice, as the woman takes one hand off her skull, takes the mourning veil back to reveal a beautiful woman of South Azmakon with features dark and mysterious, eyes like the night sky, lips purple, like a deep matte velvet purple. And they both say to this body, "La Raña de Hierro, you have proven a warrior in life and in death. You have never lost your pride. You have never lost your vigor, and you have always been a warrior of glory. so that we can start the 6th age. We. And the woman says, Lady Muela Mertes, the woman of 1,000,000 deaths. And the man in the white with the mask, this brilliant white and gold mask, says, and I, Lord Phoenix, the god of 1,000,000 lives, never ending. We offer you now, warrior of the temple, one choice. Do you choose life or do you choose death? Milamuertes, the lady Milamuertes says, if you choose death, you will get a peace that no one can stop. And on the day of the dawn of the 6th age, when we rise to fight for never-ending peace, win or lose, you will know respite and respect. And Lord Phoenix says, and on the dawn of the 6th age, if you stand with my army, you will know glory, you will know combat, and you will know that your children, your children's children, and your niece will know a beautiful life everlasting in your absence. And Sam, as you're looking at your dead uncle, you can see slowly a bit of power comes back to his face. His big dwarvish beard that breaks through his steel helmet kind of starts to bristle as he starts to cough. And he touches your boot and it looks to you and he says, Aye, my niece. The frog of justice, the iron frog, has leapt one too many times. Sometimes when you take a leap of faith, you must fall into the water. But I ask you now, my niece. Well, 2 things. One, forgive me for being a terrible manager. I was doing my best. And 2, I want to find Grandma. Is she with life? Is she with death? You tell me what you feel in your heart is true. You always carried her spirit in your boots and in your mask and in your hammer. If you feel in your heart that she is one, life or death, I will believe you with all of my justice, with all of my warrior spirit. And I've always been a simple frog, leaping from place to place. So, No. La Pacificatorita. Tell this warrior where he has to hop one last time.
Tio. It's I don't want you to go. We're a good manager. Look at the most amazing final show you got me to put on. You have to go.
I do. Mi Sabrina, no, I have to go. I have to. You put on an amazing show. 1 versus 13, undefeated. Oh, your grandmother, she'd be very proud of you. And I put on one hell of a show. Don't sell your Theo short. I killed at least 59 orcs. I defy anyone to say otherwise.
Believe you.
Of course.
And you have to go with one of them. Is that true?
Well, there is always a third choice, which is no choice at all, which is you just lay still. But a frog like me, no, I must jump. I must always be jumping. Do I jump on my pad and do I rest as a warrior of death, or do I jump for life and I jump forever and I jump forever and I jump forever? So I do not have to, so you don't have to, Miss Sabrina, huh? You tell me, where do I go? I trust your heart. Wherever you believe Grandma went, I will go.
I know you think that I carry her spirit, but there's so much about her I don't know, and I don't know if I can be sure. I I try to live up to her name, but I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can be good enough without you.
Hey, mira, Sabrina. Mira. Listen. Our abuela was an amazing woman. 1,000% undeniable. She was the great peace we all needed. She wasn't an amazing woman. She wasn't an amazing warrior. And she wasn't an amazing abuela because she knew. She was amazing because she never stopped fighting to try.
Okay. Ichi's going to. She looks at Lady Muertes and then looks to El Phoenix, and she tries to feel what she believes of what her grandmother chose. But she still feels like she doesn't really know. But she makes a choice. Tio, I hope this is the right one. But she tries to touch his hand.
You can feel his coarse, meaty, warm hand, like he like grabbing a bit of raw meat out of stew. Like it's right there. It's real in your hand as you grab it.
Go with El Phoenix. I hope it's the right choice.
He looks at you and he says, "It is the choice of mi sobrina. It is the choice of tu abuela. It's got to be the right choice, no?" And with that, he gets up. The axes drop out of his body like loose change from baggy pockets with holes in them. They just cling to the ground. And he slowly kind of starts getting his adrenaline pumping as he starts clapping rhythmically. And you can hear the rhythmic claps of an audience of 2 million warriors, just spanning over 10,000 years of warrior culture, heroes that invented moves, heroes that refined moves, heroes that conquered dragons, all wearing the mask of their people, the mask of their pride, the mask of their soul. And as 2 million hands clap with him, he then takes 2 hands to the sky and he says, "La Rana de Hierro chooses life." And you hear the sound of the most amazing crowd roaring with pride and joy and approval. And you can hear 40, 50 years of a career of victories as his patented frog splash is slamming onto an unknown tally of victims. As he does, you can even hear him just sing "Ribbit" as he jumps from the top ropes of the temple and slams on his opponents, as he does the leap of faith and jumps at people and just takes them out. You can hear his career echoing. And Lord Phoenix, El Phoenix, kind of offers a hand to him and grabs his hand. And he looks at Lady Milametas and he says, "It looks like life got a little more powerful." And she gives him this sour, like, "Go F yourself" kind of look. And she's like, "Yeah, for now, okay? Shut up." She puts on her mourning veil. She starts stroking her skull, and she's like, "You just don't get it." And as she turns around and snaps, and 1 million warriors of death are just like pulling faces and throwing like insulting gestures, El Phoenix he takes your uncle's hand, and as he's ushered into what you can see is 1 million uncountable warriors of life, La Rana de Hierro looks at you one last time and he goes, "Hey, Sabrina, remember, huh? Sometimes you gotta look first. Sometimes you gotta jump first." And he blows you a little kiss and leaves. Everyone back in Methuen is standing over the cold corpse of a dwarf luchador warrior. The axe is no longer in his body, but his body very much another stone in the street of Methuen. La Pacifico Dorita, you look at the body of your uncle, and you know on a spiritual level he is no longer there. He is now one of the millions and millions fighting for life everlasting in the Sixth Age.
You see Ichi kneeling at the body and just kind of places his hands, like this. She gets up and heads to the tavern.
Ialenu sees that. She kind of puts two and two together. All right, I believe I heard someone mention a drinking contest. I think we might need that. Who feels like a drink? First 2 rounds are on the order of the Platinum Hammer. They have deep coffers, and I'm on vacation, so I'm bringing my holiday pay.
Yeah, I can go for a drink. As Shionibus is beginning to walk, she's going to rip off her amulet and then put it in her like quivers and just like drop it in there, like not even choosing to wear it anymore at this point.
The amulet to Anubis? That one?
That amulet, yep.
Okay. So yeah, you're like, drop. So there are a handful of taverns here. You do have the Everly Grace Tavern, which is, of course, is a brothel tavern that is franchised. You also have the Giant Tavern outside of the Battle Royale cage that still stands somewhere in the city square. You also have a few other taverns in town, 2 others to be precise. One that is called the Ladies' Best, and the second that is called Ruth's Last Night. So the question is, where do you get a drink?
Ichi's going to be heading to the one that's closest to where the fighting ring was.
Okay. Michael.
Rufa finally says something to Woodward. The death of heroes is like a sunset. He is with his ancestors now. Come, my friend. Let us get a drink.
Woodward slowly stands up, and I think, without question, knowing that Rufa would follow anyway, they both walk towards the same bar that Ichi walked towards at the ring, the edge of the ring.
Mm-hmm. All right. So is everyone heading to the bar of Ichi's choice, the bar by the ring that is still standing right now? Someone need to go off and do something else they want to do? No? Oh, okay.
What's happening with the body?
So
yes.
When Ichi arrived to the bar, she was going to find whoever was in charge, give them a lot of gold and ask them to take care of the affairs and just keep her updated while she drinks.
All right. So you go and do that. Sidney, you're asking what is happening to the body. Ialanu does say whether the warrior is a woman, a man, or none at all, or everything in between, when they die in combat, we respect the body and we leave them in reverence. If we want to bury them, cremate them according to their customs, we can do that. I don't know the customs of this warrior. But what I will say is until we have a plan, I believe we can either A, stand by the body if it's custom, or we can leave it. The choice is yours.
What do you want, Sam?
So assuming that Ichi has already walked away,
Right.
And headed to the bar. Well, if you are just waiting there, you would have seen someone come out and start like preparing things. And she's just gonna ask to basically set up a funeral pyre outside of town. But Ichi's just had dropped someone money and say, take care of it. Let
Yeah.
me know when it's ready.
They nod your head. They're like, yeah, I'll get all the things. And there's a lot of people that were attacked in that orc skirmish that just broke through town. So we'll make sure to just we'll do what we can. Absolutely. And if there's any left over, I think we can't buy, we'll give the money right back to you. We promise.
Yeah, just keep me updated.
Of course.
Bring me some mail.
Oh, I think we can definitely do that. Hey, Jeremy, Jeremy, stop hitting on them. Jeremy, stop hitting them. They will hit you back, Jeremy. And you see this person who's like, yeah, no, not even like a little, no, yeah, oi, yeah, what's up? What can I do for you? Yeah, they just lost someone, and they need a drink. Could you give some sort of like a respectful environment? And it's like, oh, yeah, no worries. Oh, that's shit then, isn't it? I'm sorry. That sucks. And then Jeremy kind of like ducks behind the bar and pulls out some drinks.
Ichi takes the drinks, pays for the drinks, takes out a gold. She says, Jeremy, here's a little something for you to go take a hike. And then she goes and sits in a corner.
You can hear Jeremy go, I can move a bit faster, and with a punch to the back of his head, he's like, all right, I'm hiking. He takes the money, and you can hear Jeremy leave out the back.
I want that character to just be a part of a like quintuple where like there's a 50 Jeremys.
So
Every
basically like
bar
a Nurse
has a
Jenny
Jeremy.
from Pokemon.
Yes.
Mhm,
Exactly. Every town has a you need something done? Huh. Funny.
Oh.
I'm just putting it out here. I got some plans for Jeremy's that'll blow your gosh darn minds.
Is it Jeremy Blermy time?
I don't know. Look, all I'm saying is maybe we have to get to like 2022 with how things are going. So, Jeremy
Place reference.
Yeah. Jeremy does split the scene. You guys have some time. It is you, Hera, Antigone, Morel, Ilanu Obinrin, of course, everyone here sitting down at a tavern table, and there's ale and there's wine and there's even some like really, really crappy like whiskey, like some dirty, you can even see the stuff like fermenting in the bottle still, and you pop open like, oh, that, that's I hate myself juice. Oh, that's rough. So that is all there in front of you.
Mhm. Ilona's gonna sort of do what Shionibus is known for doing and seclude herself in a corner because that's the first time she's seen anyone die. She's gonna go over there and drink tea. Yep.
Shionibus is gonna join her.
Rufa is gonna make sure Woodward's okay before taking a glass of wine and a mug of ale, and kind of just walks over to G.
Woodward just kind of nods to Rufa and he says he'll be right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts walking around from the front to the back of the bar and starts making his way for the glasses. Does anyone stop him?
I'm sorry. I thought you meant at the party.
Yeah, no. He starts going back towards the back of the bar to figure out if the bartender or anyone stops him.
They look at you quizzically, but they immediately understand and kind of just scoot away, give you some space. They can read the room a bit better than Jeremy could. So they're just kind of like, as you're looking around, they go, those are the good glasses. Those are the bad glasses. You can choose whichever one you want.
Woodward takes 3 of the good glasses he can find, and he walks back towards the table.
Mm-hmm.
And he sets down one in front of Ichi in the center of the table for no one.
Mm.
And then one at the one in front of him. And he slowly takes the glass that's in front of Ichi and pours it out on the floor and drops the cup and pulls the bottle from his backpack that I've had 2 natural 20s on for the hooch that I was making.
Mm-hmm.
And pops the cork out and pours it into the 3 glasses and then sets it in the center of the table and
Okay.
just sits down.
All right. So, question is, who is going to imbibe this technically nat 40 bit of hooch?
Ichi's gonna look at a glass for her, a glass for him, and a glass for no one, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
She's
exactly
gonna
the setup.
look at him and say, you know how we do it. She's gonna lift hers and say, she cheers to you and to you. And then she downs it.
Really quick, when she does that, Rufus just kind of slides that ale and just kind of whispers, "Chaser."
I don't know what the ramifications of drinking this is at this point. I will be honest.
Ooh.
But
I'm excited to find out.
Woodwort will most definitely follow. And I guess lifting the glass, he may not know exactly the meaning of the word, but he does his best to repeat the fighting name that he always heard this man referred to. And then takes a swig of the glass that is whatever it is.
All right. I'm going to need you to give me a fortitude save at -4 because I cannot give you any more penalties than 4.
Oh boy. Oh no! Mortal words of Sam Beckett. Oh boy.
God, I missed that show.
Emerges from her
Mhm.
sulky corner. Do you need a medic for that alcohol poisoning? Do you need a medic for the?
Morel laughs and goes, "Oh no! Back in Acadia, if they drank that much, we let them have the hangover the next day. I think the poor lad knows what he's doing. At least, Afra, I hope he does."
Woodward got an 11.
11.
Ichi got a 21.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Who else is hitting this good hooch?
He didn't bring glasses for anybody, and if anybody touches the glass in the middle of the table,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So this is a drinking game between 2 people. I'm sorry, 3 people. Okay, cool. So, you 2, bang bang, shots. You take it. It's like, how do I describe this? The taste, the sensation of this hooch is like a good day that you know is going to have a bad ending. You know, everything's going too well with this day. You drink it and you're like, this is too smooth. This is too flavorless. This is too easy. This can't be right. And you know that you're correct the minute it hits your stomach and you can feel the fist-sized hole in your stomach burn like someone lit a firework. And once that fire ignites, you can feel that warmth move through your veins, through your blood, through your system, until after the first sip, Your face immediately drops from the head to the stomach, and you are cold to the lips. But you you don't really feel it yet. You're not feeling it. You know what I mean? You're that level of drunk where you're like, I'm good. I can drink more. It's fine.
Know anything about that? Would you, PJ?
You know what? I'd make a joke and say no, but I do know that feeling because I'm a moron.
Oh no. Oh.
I am an outgoing, loud moron. Yes, I know that feeling all too well.
Best way.
As a good storyteller, I pull from my own life experiences. So you drink and you're feeling it. The rest of you are allowed to have whatever you want to drink. Michael. So sorry, no, continue, please.
What?
Continue, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I felt bad for interrupting you. My apologies.
It's all right. Rufo just kind of takes his wine glass, takes a sip, kind of just muses, and he puts his hand on Itchy's shoulder, gives her like a little pat. Death is a fate that no one can escape. The question is then, how does one die? A person could die like a hero or like a coward, and the difference is that hero can face the death without fear, or else a coward can't. Your uncle, he was such a hero.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I hadn't even seen the best of him though. He was majestic.
Yes. Sadly, I feared, Rufa fears, your uncle won't be the last casualty in this ward.
Well, there's also the war to come.
Yes.
Did you see when he left? And then to the DM, did anybody else see the spirit vision?
I definitely want to know.
Yeah.
I will confirm no one but you saw that.
Mm-hmm. So she asked you, did you see when he left?
No.
Well, seems like there's one war here that I know nothing about, and another war that is on the horizon that you all know nothing about. So, guess we have a lot to teach each other.
Aye. Rufa just kind of just gives her one last kind of pat on the shoulder and just takes another sip of his wine. Friend Woodward, are you okay? Did that your special hooch any problems?
Woodward looks down. There are 3 glasses placed, and although they should have been different sized, they weren't. Woodward's glass stands just as tall as the one left in the middle of the table in Ichi's. It's kind of blurry eyes in between, somewhere caught between drunk and crying. He looks up and he says, "No, but tomorrow we will be." And we can all take a little bit of what we saw today from somebody who fought harder than all the rest of us combined, and bring it to the next fight and the fight after that. until this green army falls under what we've learned. If we can help it, they won't take another soul. And he slowly fills his glass right in front of him.
I'll drink to that. Ichi gets seconds.
Ooh, okay.
But-
You give me another fortitude save. Give me that fortitude save.
Is it what's the minus that you're putting on that?
Oh, it's still -4. I can't go any higher. The rules forbid
Oh.
me.
I love
That will be an 11.
Oh,
that I'm already starting my roll at a -4 with a -2, and then I get to add my modifiers, my fortitude save.
Really quickly, Rufa looks down to Mush and just says, "We have a long, long night ahead of us, my friend."
Mush just kind of his nose pads the air as he just looks at you quizzically from his beady black adorable badger eyes. So I really want to know what that -6 was, Ian.
Yeah, well, Woodward, so 2 on the die,
Oh no.
4 given to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +8, so I got a 6 total.
Okay.
Follow that, and that follows up the 11 I rolled earlier.
That's about right. Okay, so yeah, let's do it both times. Oh no. Okay.
Feeling it now.
So Ian and Sam, your characters are you are sickened and you are dazed 5.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. So don't get into a fight because you will be worthless. But you are having that point now where everyone looking at you, your faces look like an ice cream cone in mid melt. You know, like your hair is a mess, your eyes are droopy. Like you're not standing up straight. You're bending out of 45, or as some comedians like to jokingly call what heroin acts call first position. Michael, yes.
Cause I used devise stratagem as a flavor thing really quick. Like Rufa's just gonna, you know that scene in what was it? The Hangover, where Galifianakis' character, he has all these math symbols like all around him. He's calculating. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tie Woodward onto Mush, and he's gonna have to carry them to their room, and then gonna have to.
Yeah.
And then he looks over and yells, "Alona! Yeah, gonna need some help."
Ichi looks at him like mumbling to himself. She looks at Mush and is like, tries to get Mush to come sit on her lap.
Woodward, he looks like straight down at, like, it's one of those, not straight down, it's the thing of seeing someone else making a gesture across the room and going, like, slowly following over to whatever they could possibly be looking at, that level of drunk, like, and he just looks down at Mush and picks him up and just hands him, just immediately just hands him over to Ichi. There's no talking.
She's just petting him.
Rufa's gonna kind of try to wave over a server or something to get like maybe some water, some other bread, something to there. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you call over one of the work staff. They rush over with bread, potatoes, stew. They're like, "Look, you guys, you saved this town. All of our warriors was basically on holidays, so like the food is yours, the booze is yours. We're gonna have to save some stuff for later, but like, thank you so much." Yeah, and they lavish you with everything to help soak up.
Rufa, thank you
this thing
kindly.
that you did. They are very appreciative. Okay.
I'm still trying to wave over Alona.
Alona, do you go over to Rufa?
Nope.
Nope.
Shionibus is going to take a bowl of stew and come sit with Ilona and have like a bowl for her.
All right.
It's a little rough right now.
So Ilona would come over there, but she is in a state. Shionibus goes to see her. Morel kind of like stops you, Shionibus, and he goes, maybe you know better than I do. Is this like a strength in numbers thing? We both worship the same goddess. I don't know if I need to go over there to console her or be with her. Do you recommend I stay here?
How about you stay here and then I'll maybe wave you over at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. Like, it's not my place. I just wanted. That's the first friend I've made in a long time, so I just want to make sure that she's okay. So I don't know what to do. Ignore me. I'm sorry. I'm making it weird. You know what? You got it. You're good. You got it.
Yeah, she's gonna pat him on the shoulder and keep walking. Like, ooh, that was rough, buddy.
Yeah, he ain't good at that talking thing.
Hey, Ilona. Doing all right?
Of course you see Ilona looking despondent as hell. And she sort of just, she can't look at Shionibus. She just kind of stares just kind of at the empty chair in front of her and at whatever is in front of her and just kind of like shakes her head. Just
Yeah, me neither. She's gonna set the bowl like in front of her, but like to the side, and takes a seat adjacent, but far enough to still give both of them space.
Mm.
Do you want to talk about it? That's what people ask, right? I'm not really good at this.
I guess it depends on if you actually want to listen or if you're just being nice, because while I appreciate the gesture, I don't need to burden you with anything that I'm feeling right now.
Please. I'm over 2,000 years old. It's nothing that you could say that I haven't heard before.
Ilona sort of puts her hand over her heart, which also has the sigil of Aphra on it, and she just kind of massages it a little bit, and I just I knew it was going to happen at some point. I just thought maybe a little bit later, but there's never been someone that I haven't been able to help. And I know that they were gone before we saw them, but it's just life is a lot different than from a book.
Yeah, it is. But that's the thing about life, I guess. It's fragile, sure, but you can't. I guess you can't live in fear. You're going to do what you want to do, even if it does kill you. And it seemed like that's what he was doing. Believe me, I've seen my share of death. Whether at my hand or someone else's. I want to say it gets easier, but I would also be lying through my teeth. It just doesn't become as hard. Take what you want from that, but that's my thoughts on it. You can't dwell on something you can't change.
I know you're right. I know that you're very, very right. Thanks.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't right, but no, I try. With that, she's going to like tap the table. Like, you know, when you like tap the table as like a, I'm gonna go. She taps the table and stands up. She's going to walk outside of the tavern and like around the back just to get some fresh air.
Sure. The guy that La Pacifica Dorita gave money to make sure that the body would be taken care of comes back. And his hands are so full of the gold, and he's like, I've been told by someone to give this back.
What? Why?
Yeah. They said that the dead don't need money. That a story is enough. I don't get it.
What? I mean, but you're not dead.
That's what I said. I said, but this gold isn't for me. It is for me to prepare the body for this thing. And then this man, he smiled, and then he put a finger on my lips, and then he called me silly, and then he just took out a book and a pen, and he started talking to the corpses. It was weird. And then the body smiled.
What?
That was weird. That was very weird. But then he said, he said the dead don't need gold. And I said, it's not for the dead. It's for me to prepare the dead. But I just figured I'd give you back the gold because apparently I'm not allowed to do anything. I don't know.
She looks at y'all.
Does Alona overhear this at all?
I will say yes, because this guy is he's a little weirded out, so he's being very loud. I see two hands waving a little bit. Okay. I don't know where to go with this. So
Michael, go.
Michael, go. You're muted.
Rufa will take the gold and hand it back to Itchy.
Okay. He gives you the gold.
Yeah, and then just looks at the fellow, goes, describe this person.
Okay. So firstly, this guy
walk and talk. We go, we talk. We go, we talk.
We go and we talk. Okay,
Yeah, we go, we talk. We go,
I'll
we
show
talk.
you.
Walk and talk. Let's come.
He
Come,
turns
everybody.
around,
Field trip.
he
Field
grabs
trip.
you and he takes you out. Are you going with him, Sidney?
Oh, yeah. Alona's already gone.
Okay, so you're booking it.
Yeah.
So you
using my right now, I'm gonna use my my investigator lead ability. I'm dropping the last one I had, picking this one up.
okay? So you guys go outside. You see what looks like a tall, thin man wearing a basically coattails that are patchwork of all kinds of different fabrics: red, yellow, blue, green. It is a sight. It is a garish and ugly jacket. You see he's got a very wide brim hat ducked down over his eyes. He's got a large book and a large quill pen. He has got a whole bunch of parchment in rolls, like on a belt around his body. And there are hundreds of bodies piled in Method, the orcs, the humans, and of course the uncle. And he's just going, you don't say. Sidney, I can tell you're preparing to roll something. What are you going to roll?
I'm rolling a religion check.
Go right ahead. Michael, what are you doing?
Really quickly, Rufa's gonna go, halt, you violator of visual senses. What are you doing?
So that's awesome. He turns to you. Sidney, what was that religion roll?
Nat 20.
Nat 20. I love my nat 20s. So as you're like, you violator of visual senses. It's like in that show with the vampires where it's like, this is worse than the cross. This burns my eyes.
And my soul. Come on.
And his garish, ugly jacket does not match the brown corduroy pants that he is wearing. As he turns to you, he goes, shh, I'm listening. Sidney, you know this man from the book, The Quill, and the awful clothes. You know that he is Mors Fabula. He is the eulogy of the dead, the avatar of Hamasa, the mother of peace beyond death. He is the great story taker from those who are no longer alive, so that their stories can be kept for the living to help their journey through mourning. And he is with a giant book and a long quill just going, excuse me, I am taking notes. And if you keep asking me questions about my fashion, well, good sir, I'm going to tell you the exact date that you're going to die, and you're not going to like that at all. It's very rude. If you're going to be rude, I'm going to be rude back. Now, excuse me. And he turns back and goes, and then what? No. They said that? How old were you? 8. Okay. And he just starts taking notes. And he's just going all over the place. And then he kind of stops and he goes, okay, which one of you is which one of you is La Pacifica Dorita? Which one of you is this name I'm hearing? You?
Me.
Could you tell your uncle to dial it down? He's very loud. He's extremely loud.
Wait. He's not. Are you? She like takes the gold out. She's like, gold?
He looks at you and goes, silly. The dead don't have need for gold. Shoo. I don't need that. Stop it. What? Goofball. Listen, tell your uncle, yes, he's an amazing wrestler and a terrific uncle and a tremendous lover. I wouldn't know. But if he shouts that sentence with all those facts one more time, I'm going to stop writing it down. I have it 11 times, especially the lover part. He's very adamant about the lover part. I don't know why that's so important to him. Do you want me to talk to Adaraya, the god of love? I'll talk to him if you want to. No? Well, then stop talking about it. Uncles, am I right?
Do you see anything? Like, are the bodies just doing body stuff? Like, just laying there?
They are corpses. They are dead bodies. And he's talking to them. He's like, really? Your sister did that? Well, if the notes serve me correctly, that is totally your sister. She would do that. No. Oh, she has bad taste in men. That's what we know on her 33rd year. She just has bad taste in men. Well, of course she could do better, but she doesn't because, and then he says this like the body's in his back, she doesn't believe she deserves it. Yes! Oh, of course. And he just starts writing this down.
Ilona is going to turn to Ichi and say, you can give your uncle the coins in the morning. This guy is going to be here all night. He's not harmful. Just an avid listener. Let's go back inside the bar. Everything's fine. Your uncle's in good hands.
Okay.
Oh, the dwarven wrestler. Your uncle did say you made the right choice. I don't know what that means, but he's, again, shouting about being a lover and a warrior and justice and that you did something, you made a right choice. I don't know what that means.
What? You mean El Phoenix?
Hold on. Yeah? No, the other thing. Yes, the lover part, but after that, the Phoenix. Okay. Oh, interesting. But you're happy. You're happy. Okay, great. That's what matters the most. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he says he's very happy with Phoenix. He's hanging out with all of his friends. They're practicing new move. Yeah, he has a new move called the Flying 69. What is that? It hits to take
Oh.
down with a twist. I don't know what that means.
But-
He's very happy.
But
He's very happy.
but is Grandma there?
Doesn't know yet.
Oh,
I don't know. Doesn't know yet. But he's very happy. And what? I'm not gonna repeat that next part. I'm just gonna leave it there.
okay.
It's a little too obvious. No,
I
no,
think
no.
I'm actually too drunk for this.
Oh, you're doing that thing where oh, you mortals with your drinking. Okay, go inside. Go eat some stew, eat some potato, eat some. I don't know what tamale is. I don't know what elote is. I don't know, but that sounds amazing. Corn? Oh, I love corn. Go inside. Go to bed. Sleep it off.
Ichi gives a silver to. She just looks around. She picks Rufa. She gives a silver to Rufa and says, "Get that man some corn." She walks away.
Rufa just holds the coin and just kind of awkwardly hands it over. Goes, corn.
You're doing that to the guy in the horrible coat.
Oh my
with the brown corduroy
Well,
pants?
it's a request from a grieving family member.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. He looks at you and he says, "Thank you for asking, but I'm gonna say no." And he turns you around and kind of like pats you in the back of your head and goes, "Now go inside and go be alive."
Woodward slowly stumbling towards Alona, being behind everybody else. He looks at her with a bottle in hand and says, "You said he'd be here all night? Me too!" And he just sits down, like immediately just sits down and just starts watching the guy.
Rufa really quickly looks at Alona and goes,
Watches him.
"This, okay, okie dokie."
Looks like you and I are babysitting. Alona sits down next to Woodward and she's like, "All right, bud, here we go."
I vote for Mush to take care of Woodward.
Mush is still with Ichi. She's been carrying
Okay.
Mush this entire
Mush
time.
could take care of Itchy. Rufa guess he will take care of Woodward.
Hey,
Oh. Yeah.
Sleeps.
Go for it.
Sleeps, yeah. Well,
Oh,
Rufa's
Kylie.
like-
Kylie's had a finger raised, like she wants to say
Oh,
something.
sorry.
Kylie, what were you gonna say?
Before, because since she missed all of this drunkenness, which Kylie's really happy about, but Shionovis will be sad that she missed it. She's going to take her amulet out of the quiver and just like yeet it.
Where are you eating it?
Is there a pond nearby?
Oh, so we're going like Dirty Harry style. There is.
Perfect. Not purposely yeeting it into the pond, but at this point she doesn't care where it goes.
So as you look at a medallion that is thousands of years old, forged for you by fingers that may no longer exist, a one that was made from smiles across palms to a man that you may or may not have loved, who for sure is now irrevocably erased from the history of the sands of your life. You look at what it represents, the god of death and judgment, this 2,000-year linchpin of your past. You are done with it, and you, hopefully it's not too soon, you Kobe it into the pond with a spunk, and you turn your back on it, walking back into town with a living embodiment of death personified, with the dead all around you, and a god who you believe his job it is to watch over their judgment and fairness, who you've seen be silent. Is this correct?
Yep.
Somewhere in a crater 9 stories deep, in a collection of glories 7 circles wide, through the multiverse and universes around you, you can hear As all of creation now knows, your soul is no longer spoken for. Oh, I love it.
Before she walks into the tavern, she's going to do, I guess, one final say. Like, I am not yours any longer. And walks into the tavern, sits down with a kerplop, and just drinks.
Okay, I'm making a furious note. I mean, I'm scribbling furiously. I'm giddy as a schoolgirl, but give me a second.
Rufa, while that's happening, Rufa just kind of pats Woodward's shoulder and goes, there, little buddy. There. Alona, friend Alona, would you mind asking if they would put the kettle on? Gonna be long night.
All right. So if anyone has any specific questions to ask Mors Fabula or anything else, I'm going to fast forward. Does anyone have any questions for the eulogy, the avatar of the goddess of death, the one who writes your story after you die? Does anyone have any questions to him?
I don't think Woodward is there enough to have a question.
Oh, I think we lost Sidney. She should
Yeah.
be coming back soon. But so Woodward has no questions to him, yes?
Mm-hmm.
From the mid-afternoon sun till the pitch black night, and I apologize for everyone watching this, our camera angles may be kind of askewed. Hopefully Sidney comes back soon. To the dewy early morning, Mors Fabula is writing and talking and discussing and asking questions without end. He never stops. He always listens. He asks questions. He writes it down. He makes a ton of jokes. And when the sun finally breaks the crest, he looks to you, this massive tome in his hands. Hold on. Let's actually use the props we have. This massive tome in his hands. He looks to you and he says, hello, you there on the floor. You're still alive. But I have a feeling one day I'm going to have quite the page on you. What's your name?
My name's Woodward, and this here's Mush. Well, my name's Woodward. I don't know where Mush is, apparently.
Mush may be with the little one, the warrior girl. You know what? It's quite all right. I think what you need, slams his book with a loud thunk, is to go inside, have some breakfast, drink some coffee, because even the dead love coffee, and go have a great day. Yours is not to be in my book yet, but it's to make sure that when I do find you for my book, this will be tremendous.
I think Woodward slowly, he leans forward, so all four, hands and feet, as he gets up, and then slowly comes to. A great day. That's a lot to put on a person. Yeah. Breakfast. Sure, breakfast. And he slowly walks and just turns back towards the tavern.
Right. So you go back to the tavern. It's now morning. You can smell. Ask this, Rufa, are you or are you not cooking breakfast?
Let's say, you know what? He's, with the help of the tavern people, he's going to do one of those continental buffet type of deals.
All right. We got Sidney back in the game. Woo, Sidney. So you're doing a continental breakfast. You're like eggs, sausage, biscuits, oranges. Doesn't matter how good they are. Make a lot of them. Put them out there for everyone. All right, so you're having breakfast, and at that point, you see Morel sitting down there. You can kind of assume has already done his morning prayer because his beard has that wonderful smell of warm vanilla spice. Some of you may be a little queasy around this smell. You see Heron and Antigone. Antigone is just kind of like eating it, it's chowing down. Hera's like chowing, and then just kind of take a minute to enjoy it. Iolanu is eating, and then suddenly she kind of sighs. And you see her kind of go, oh, really? Suddenly a bird comes flying into the room, lands on her shoulder, and spits out a piece of paper. She picks up the piece of paper, opens it up. It's my holiday. It's my vacation. She rolls up the paper, gives it back to the bird, shoos the bird away. And she goes, hey, listen, I know this morning's a little weird. Can you do me a big favor?
Who is she saying this to?
Everyone at the table, all of you guys. Hungover, not hungover. You decide.
Emotionally hungover.
Emotionally hungover? We've all been there. That sucks.
It's like wiping his hand on the apron he's wearing. Nice pink one with a little teddy bear in the middle. Yeah. Yes?
Ielenu's kind of like strokes her head like she's frustrated. My bosses, the Grand Hammers of the Order of the Platinum Hammer, they know I'm on holiday. They asked me, just now in that bird, to do a job, even though I told them I'm on vacation, and I don't want to do a job. That is not cool. They asked me to go pick up some stupid, spoiled brat off pretending to play big hero south of here. And quite frankly, I don't feel like my time off is worth doing a stupid errand to pick up a spoiled brat. Would you guys be able to pick him up and send him off to the order for me? I know it's a weird question, but I figured I'd ask.
Well, as they say, what is in it for us?
You would officially owe a favor to the Order of the Platinum Hammer and one of the top 5 Grand Hammers of the Alliance.
What about money?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can probably barter with him. I'm one of the 5 drill sergeants of the island. I'm on holiday because I'm tired of yelling at idiot paladins and new recruits left and right. And I don't want to yell at this one. So I'm positive if you find this boy and send him back to the island, you'll be paid handsomely from their coffers.
Oh, you can say they will pay us handsomely, but how can we get guarantee? We need to negotiate, and the favor thing, perhaps we could get it in form of coupon.
Oh my god. You with a coupon. All right, Alona's gonna bust in here. Okay, so it's on our way anyway. Half of these women, sort of me, but not really, are simps for you anyway. So we're gonna do it no matter what. Like, we're just dancing around it. So if we could just get like a little, like, whatever your contract was that you just got, if we could just get that, I'm sure we can do negotiations later. But for the time being, yes, we would love to help you on whatever quest you would like us to go on for you, because we have to go somewhere else anyway.
Sure. Really fast. What's a simp? She says, she's like, I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that like a simpleton? You guys, you are not simpletons. I have seen you fight. You are brilliant women.
Yeah, no, sorry, misuse of the word. Misuse of the word. Either way, we would love to help you.
Yeah, Shionibus is gonna like lean her elbows on the table, kind of a newfound confidence to her this morning. It's like, you're not coming with us? What a shame. But given that you did save a majority of our lives, sure we can get something worked out.
Is Woodward there with us, or
Oh well, define there.
is Woodward physically there with us?
Physically, yes. Physically,
Yeah.
he's there. But it's definitely the situation of if everything at the table gets solved, Woodward's kind of going to look around at everybody and realizing that Alona was the last one talking, look her dead in the eye and say, "What?"
Rufa leans in over to Woodward, just whispers in his ear, "Bust," and then coffee, and pours him some more coffee.
So Iyalanu looks at all of you and of course shoots the very confident elf ranger in the eye with a look, and she looks at her and she says, "My holiday isn't forever. So I'm sure eventually I'll run into you again. You can do this for me. Maybe once I'm done. I mean, I have to go back to the order. It is technically my job. So you go find this idiot boy. My holiday's over. I come back. You stick around. Maybe I'll give you guys a few free lessons." Yeah, Michael?
Because Rufa does have like stuff like writing implements and stuff. Can I say he really quickly scribbles up like a little coupon thing to hand her, like, sign here?
She looks you in the eyes and she says, "I am stuck on an island with I don't know how many Justicars and Paladins of Iodex. I have met the only Paladin of Falkland, the god of the definition. He's an a-hole. I'm not citing anything, but I commend your fervor. I'll tell you what, you come meet me with this idiot boy, this young pup of a stupid kid on the island, and I will discuss money with you there once I see him both feet in armor, this stupid blonde hair on the island. Agreed?"
Rufa then turns the coupon around, quickly writes some stuff. "Okay, we agree, but at very least, you acknowledge what you say. We just trust you. You are paladin, very honorable. Yes, very honorable. Very keep word, etc., etc."
Yes.
And sign here.
Oh God. She looks at it and she goes, "I'll tell you what."
It's
She
basically
flips-
everything she said.
Yeah. Oh, so it's everything she said? No,
Yeah.
no legalese, no crazy.
No. It's basically she agreed she will talk. Like, she acknowledges this transition is happening.
She writes on the dotted line, like, "I agree that I will talk to you. My name is Iyalanu Obinrin. Only when I see you on the island of the Order of the Platinum Hammer." She writes on the line, it's like a massive sentence. She goes, "That's my legal documentation. If you want to look it up for real, go to the island with the brat and we'll confirm it."
Okay, Rufa satisfied with this.
Ichi, Ichi was so hungover she forgot how hot this lady was, and then she's like, "Oh wait, yeah." So she looks around at everyone else. "I guess, guys, I know we kind of just met. It seems like it's been a while, but gonna come do this job with you."
Rufa's okay with it. What say you, rest of friends?
I mean, I kind of assumed you would.
Really? Okay. She feels good. She gets some coffee and drinks it, but feels kind of good.
For the record, Alona feels very pulled to do this mission all of a sudden. So, wow, okay, great. So game plan, amazing, cool, awesome group plan. So Ichi's coming with us. So is Heron and Antigone. So is Morel. So right now we have a party of, that's a lot more people. Rufa, you got to stock up on some food, bud. We got to make those campfire mornings a lot more like festive. We got to do this thing.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Perhaps another wagon. Lot of people, lot of supplies.
yes, we'll have a whole caravan. And then as soon as breakfast is over, we're gonna go head off to do this mission. Everyone okay with that?
Sheonibus is
That is
gonna lean over to
agreeable.
Morel and be like, "Who the hell is this person? This is not the same cleric that we came with."
Morel just kind of leans forward and goes, "That's Barcelona. That's Alona when she's in charge. I've not seen it before. It's kind of cool."
Oh, she saw someone die. Those shits are out the window now.
So peppy.
That's why I was like, "That's a lot for in the morning."
Yeah, stop clapping.
and Antigone kind of like puts a giant meaty hand on your shoulder and she says, "I went shot to shot with myself last night. You're here. I need you out of here. Thanks."
Everyone's cool with the plan, right?
Yeah.
Rufa try to wave down one of the servers. So who do Rufa need to talk to get caravan and extra horses and supplies? We make negotiation time now.
Okay, so someone all of a sudden pops up from behind the counter. "Oh, what's that then? Negotiation supplies?
Yes,
I'll
yes.
be very happy to talk about that. Yes, I would." And with that is where we are going to end episode 18 of Edge of Legends on this crazy, crazy Wednesday. I hope you guys had a fun time. I hope you laughed. Hope you cried. Hope you wanted to punch me in the face. That's my job as a GM. And without further ado, let's do a quick exit tro. Starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, folks, I am Michael Powell. You can find me on my social media handle, which is Mr. Kapow. That's MrKapao. Also, you can find me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff. My YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays, I'm going to be on, the Toyzilla Network here on Twitch, or Toyzilla Live, a show about toy news and nostalgia.
Very, very nice. Next up, Ian. Tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
My name is Ian. I play Woodwort, the gnomic druid who has seen better mornings than this last one. And you can find me at, see, did I get this right? At Bearded Scald, my new handle thing, on Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else that you may be able to find me.
Very, very nice. Yes, I want to make sure I got that Bearded Skull out there because he got a brand new Instagram handle, and it's important, and I love it. I want the whole world to know about it. Sidney, tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Oh, it me. Hi. You can find me at Sidney Rubino. Oh, when I came in, I didn't change my handle. Well, it's literally just my name. You can find me at Sidney Rubino on Instagram and on Twitter and on YouTube. On YouTube every Tuesday, except for this Tuesday because I was very tired after my October job and also what's happening in the world. So this Tuesday I didn't have one, but next Tuesday I tell stories on my channel as my original character, Sidney of Hightower. And this month I'm delving into American folklore. This is actually the book that I will be using, and it's a very, very old book, and I am incredibly excited. I think it's very fitting that for the month of November, I am starting this book, and I'm very excited to dive into it. So if you want to watch that every Tuesday, Sidney Rubino on YouTube. I'm a friend. Hi.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, next up, Kylie, tell them who you are and where they can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I am Kylie, or Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life pretty much everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I do a whole bunch of original characters, D&D content, all that good jazz. Oh yeah, did you also hear about Ian's new Instagram handle? It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, here.
That part, but for him. for him.
Yeah.
For him. Haha. Everything's backwards. Nothing makes sense.
But yeah, just go check some stuff out. Hopefully I'll be coming out with new content on TikTok. We'll see. I get very distracted very easily.
All right. Well, last and certainly but not least, with her second show as this amazing barbarian luchadora of South Azmacan and truly having an amazing game today. I don't, maybe I'm biased. I made it. Sam, please save me from my own stupid stuttering and tell us who you are and where we can find you. Oh, that's sweet internet.
Hello again, Sam. Hey, Sam Sterling. You can find me at all your fine social media purveyors. And hopefully I didn't make anyone cry too bad tonight. Great episode, guys. Thank you for making this, this little intro arc to Ichi so awesome. That's all.
That's right. Tonight we got to see the rise of a powerful luchador warrior as she becomes a legend with everyone else. And now we get to see where everyone goes from here. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me everywhere on the internet at PJ Megaw. I need to get better at Twitter because I suck at Twitter. I will be doing that soon. I'm also going to maybe try to go back to Fortune Cookie Fridays if you want to. I think we all need some small amount of inspiration, regardless of how this week ends. So, and I have been drowning in unknown fortunes. So I need to actually get off my lazy butt and do that. So Fortune Cookie Friday is coming back. I hope you guys want some inspiration because I think we're all going to need it. And when I'm not here on Wednesdays doing Edge of Legend with these amazing people, I'm with Mr. Michael Powell. On Tuesdays doing At the Table, which reminds me, speaking of that, we like to do a few builds there. I'm looking at the poll and I'm seeing an answer, final answer.
I didn't vote.
You didn't vote? Well, you better vote now.
Shoot.
I'm trying so hard not to make jokes. You go do the. I'll stall. I'll stall for the mail-in ballot. So Fridays, I do CCRIT or Secret with live action role play on the Twitchverse, where we play a bunch of D&D high school kids who are in D&D. And then they go to college. So if you want to see what happens to a silver-haired, silver-tongued, half-elf bard with tons of money, maybe not, come check us out Friday, 7 p.m. I'm going to confirm with Ryan Omega because we will be taking a hiatus soon. And also, if you are fans of At the Table, we love you. I love you. We all know this. We all love each other because we're all good friends. For the month of December, I will have to be AWOL because I have to do a big person job, I guess. So along the way, you might be seeing Ian's face at the table co-hosting with Mr. Michael Powell. This will be temporary unless you love him more than me. I don't blame you. He's a handsome man with a gorgeous beard and a voice like a baritone angel. So I'll be coming back around January. But for the month of December, get used to this pretty man's mug as Ian will sit down with you and join you at the table. I've been told there's more voting. I'm going to go double check the voting because I have to make this clear before
You're not going to like the results.
Ian.
Nope, you're not.
You're not going to like them at all.
Why would you do this?
We're talking about alignment, right?
No one ever.
It's always about alignment. We're gonna have a special December alignment month.
We're talking about all the alignments.
Yes.
I love you. I love everyone here. I do.
9.
But I hate you. All right. So since it is checking the poll, since it is a 3-way tie, and I still don't know how to use Twitch polls to do preferential voting, I'm going to take the top 3 choices, which right now stands a 3-way tie between the Ratfolk Swashbuckler Firebrand Braggart, Haimu, the Tengu Duskwalker Archaeologist Necromancer, named, by the way, I didn't put the name in there, but her name is Carrie Carrion. And, of course, the amazing married couple of the dog man, the Shuni Bloodhound investigator detective, and his wife, the Priscilla Precious Bigglesworth, the Catfolk rogue investigator. We're going to have next episode be those 3. And you're going to vote between those 3 which ones are going to become a real breathing entity that you created and that you voted for.
Much like Daltonshire, there could be only one.
Yes, there can only be one. Of course. Oh, wait. Pengu-chan is saying in the chat, so I voted for the Dampier, but I'll revote. Yeah. Well, no, Pengu-chan, do that next week so that I don't have to reset and possibly lose all the votes. PJ the Tengu is 4. What? Lies.
Where?
Oh,
Now I have
can
to
also,
figure this out.
I want to give a
Does now.
shout. I want to give a shout
you
out to
vote?
Keyword Calamity
Yes.
or Rufons.
Rufons.
I saw that.
Fawns.
That
That's
was
hilarious.
Calling them that now. Rufons.
That's amazing.
Did anyone see at the very beginning of stream they were new to our chat and they did Lizzo's oh my god, what's the song? Where it's like, I'm 100% that salty.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
for Shionibus, and I was like,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh, I don't know who that was,
Genius.
but I love them. I did
Were they
happen to
new
see
to
some
chat?
new names.
Very beginning.
I reset the chat to make sure I had the right votes, and I lost the previous chat. So I want to give a quick shout out to Pengu-chan, to Kira Calamity, to Reap Psyche, to Malice1974, to Trickerchan89, to all the new people in the chat.
Lady Estriel.
Lady Alterial, yes.
Alterial.
I think it's Alterial, I'm guessing.
I get screwed up every time.
I saw so many other new names, and you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that from this point onward and into the next year, we can continue to tell great stories, make you laugh, make you cry, and make you roll initiative. Did anyone else
Don't
say anything
forget
awesome?
to raid. Don't forget to raid, PJ.
All right, who's up and rating? Who's up and doing this at 11:45 at
I'm
night?
pretty sure someone is.
Someone's got to be, but I don't
Twitch.
know who.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna probably do a raid. Does anyone else have any other thank yous or shout to chat? Because seriously, to you guys, I saw you the whole time. You were amazing. Anyone else got anything else?
No sleep.
Except thank you to every single person who showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, guys,
Oh,
like sticking it through and coming out and showing up. And I know most of you guys were balancing in between jobs or other things that you had to bounce in between other streams to see us. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
seriously.
Yeah. I also want to mimic that. Part of the reason why I'm going to be gone from at the table is because I'm doing a new part of the day job I do currently until we all have this going in such a direction that we don't have to do anything but this, plus fun stuff. So that means today I got up at 9 in the morning, which is early for me. And I was in training from 10 a.m. until I ended my work time at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I jumped to do the show with you guys because
Yay.
honestly, this is the best part of my week with all you guys. So I love you guys for coming in on the chat. I love you guys for being on the show. Everyone that's a part of this, we're all a part of this. No matter what anyone says to divide us, we're all a beautiful part of this. So thank you so much for taking a little time at your Wednesdays. It means the world to me.
I found somebody. I'm just randomly going into a room.
Yeah.
Audio Dungeon. How about that?
I don't know, but
Done.
I'm all about it. Audio Dungeon.
Nailed it.
How do I spell it?
Audio Dungeon.
Oh, I love it. Is there an underscore?
No, all one word. Audio Dungeon.
Cool. I love it when it's easy and just a little kinky.
That's why I picked it.
Why is this the innuendo episode?
And that's the line we should end
That's
on.
it.
Yes,
That's
that's
a
it.
Good night, everyone.
And good night,
She's calling
everyone.
it.
Easy
Good
and just a
night.
little kinky.
She's saving us
Bye-bye.
all.
Bye.
All right. We are rating, I think.
Bye.
Are we?
Oh, God.
I can't tell.
And
Rating
Recycle-
Audio Dungeon with 13 viewers.
Heck yeah.
Ooh, wow,
I did it
13.
right.
Thank you so much for sticking it
14.
out, guys.
14 viewers.
14.
Seriously.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night, all.
We rated them.
All right, yeah. I need
We
to get some
did it.
rest.
The
Yes.
rating.
Food and
Sleep well.
Yes, you guys are amazing. Yes,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
should
we
be
are.
rating.
I
saw
have no
everything.
idea.
Ooh, this
I
is
can
a
see it.
cool setup.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but I like it.
I just went to D&D because nobody was doing Pathfinder, so I just went to D&D, and the first one that popped up.
Yeah, these guys are these guys hyper RPG? No, they're not. They're their own thing.
They're their own thing.
I think they're not hyper RPG.
No, you-
Whatever they're doing right now on screen is fantastic.
Yeah. And
Did
they
you
are
see it?
definitely well funded.
He's just slowly taking a pencil and going, and that's where we cut in.
Yeah. And what I love about this is that I don't recognize anyone at this table from all my my professional D&D streamer friends. These are all
Different people.
new
Like I said,
people. I love it.
I went to the first one that popped up, and it was easy to spell.
Good.
Nice.
Good content, Michael. Good fucking content. Thank you, man. Good choice.
All right, like I said, I
Hey,
need to
guys.
get some rest because I'm not feeling well.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Go, everyone go get
Yeah,
some
I'm
sleep.
leaving.
Love you all.
Good
Love you all.
night. Thank you, PJ. Great
Bye.
show. Thank you,
Yes,
Joe.
thank you, PJ.
You guys were amazing.
Thanks,
I love you.
Joe.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Bye.